job under very challenging circumstances. We want to make absolutely sure that we're doing everything we can to keep them safe.
The Chief Executive of Network Rail, Mark Khan, has ordered 2 reviews in response to the severe disruption to train services at the weekend when Christmas engineering work overran. Mr Khan apologised unreservedly to passengers but declined to say whether he'd accept an annual bonus, which could amount to more than £30,000. The United States Navy is sending one of its destroyers to join the search for the Air Asia passenger jet that went missing in the area of the Java Sea on Sunday. 162 people were on board. Sir Richard Branson has praised the pilots of a Virgin Atlantic jumbo jet after the plane was forced to make an emergency landing at Gatwick. A problem with landing gear was detected soon after takeoff. The plane landed safely after spending hours circling over southern England. Dozens of other flights to and from Gatwick were delayed or cancelled. Debbie Purdy, who made legal history by winning her battle to clarify the law on assisted suicide, has died in a hospice in Bradford. She was 51 and had progressive multiple sclerosis. Leslie Close from Amersham is a patron of the group Dignity in Dying and was a friend of Debbie's.
We saw Lord Falconer's bill in the House of Lords go all the way through to a historic third reading, I think it's called, the committee stage, and that will continue in January. But of course it will then fall because of the general election. No private member's bill that hasn't been through all its stages can carry on at that stage. We really should have this issue addressed early in the next Parliament after whatever shape, colour and form the next government takes.
The government's announced measures to tackle prescription fraud in the NHS, which it says will save £150 million a year. Pharmacists will be able to check electronically whether patients are trying to dodge paying for their prescriptions. 4 people were injured after a car went into a ditch on a Buckinghamshire road last night. The emergency services were called to Thornton Road in Nash at 10:30. 3 men and a woman needed treatment. In sport, Liverpool beat Swansea 4-1 in last night's Premier League match at Anfield. West Brom have parted company with manager Alan Irvine, and Newcastle manager Alan Pardew has been given permission to talk to Crystal Palace about the vacancy at Selhurst Park. The weather, another frosty start, then a dry day with sunny spells. Still cold though, despite the sunshine, a maximum temperature 4 degrees Celsius. And you can get the latest news and sport online at bbc.co.uk/3 counties.
Morning.
Across beds, hearts and bucks.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio. That's all we need, isn't it? Thank you, Simon. Iain Lee, BBC Three Counties Radio. We're still not back. Does it sound funny in your ears?
There's a funny buzzing sound. Sounds like we're in an engine room. In many ways we are.
Yeah, it don't matter, does it? No one's listening. It's still not back to normal measures, so just kind of filling in the blanks as and where.
Yeah.
Catherine's in the studio with me. Mm-hmm. Kelly Betts, well, still hasn't turned up. She's still... that food poisoning really is rocking out.
I think she was rotated on today.
So we've got Danny Bailey.
It's me. What's up?
What was the funny song I made up about your name? Riders on the... It was a Doors song.
No.
Hello, Danny Bailey, won't you tell me... No, what was it?
That's a good one, mate. Come on, Bailey.
Come on, Bailey, light my fire. Come on, baby. I never... Do you get tired of people singing that song to you? You must get that all the time.
No, I've never had that one before.
Really?
I love you, Bailey.
Oh, that's amazing.
Have you had that one?
No. I'm very creative with my surname. It tends to be my first name.
Bailey, Bailey, Bailey.
That one? You must have heard that one.
No.
It's the obvious one, isn't it?
That's the one. Oh, Bailey, I love your way. You had that one?
No, but now I have.
She's never... This is amazing. What have you never met people before? Because I would constantly be substituting your name for the word baby in hit songs from the 70s and 80s.
Good. Thank you.
It's disappointing, isn't it?
Please continue.
I tell you what, no, we're not. Let's have a nice... We'll start you off gently, shall we? With a nice little Japanese song. What? Why is it racists?
No, I'm not. I know your Japanese songs, and they're usually...
No.
Frenzied.
Is it about a gap year?
Erotic party operations.
Drugs, prostitution. It's telling me to turn right.
08459 455 555.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Hey, Chihuahua. So I'm losing my voice again.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hence the two songs back to back.
Hey, there'll be lots of songs back to back. 2 in a row. We'll play 8 at 8, 7 at 7. And we've got Kink coming on later on. Dave Davis from the Kinks is coming on.
So there'll be a brief break in the music there.
8:30. I'm looking forward to that. You going to have a chat with him? What are you going to ask him? What are you going to ask a Kink? You've got a Kink coming on. You can ask him anything. What are you going to ask him?
Why don't you call yourself David? It's a beautiful name.
David Davis. Are you nuts? Are you nuts? Do you know what that sounds like?
Sounds like a beautiful name.
You ask him that. Seriously,
No, I don't.
Why?
No.
I'm actually going to ask him that now.
No, don't.
I'm going to ask him.
It was a facetious question.
Well,
by a silly woman.
I'm going to say, Dave, my producer, Catherine Boyle, wants to know why you don't call yourself David. Why the Dave?
I think David's a beautiful name. I don't know why men shorten it.
I don't like Davy.
No.
Davy's a bit...
It's like a child's name, isn't it?
It's not good.
It's like when people call me Katie, being familiar.
Yeah.
No, I've not been Katie.
But you like Mama Kath? Mama Kath's? You like that?
No.
Don't you?
No, I don't like anyone shortening my name. Apart from my parents.
KK?
No.
Kay?
No.
Kathy?
No.
Come home.
My family call me Kate, but to be honest, I'm offended by anyone else using it.
Be my little Bailey.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You're just full of it this
see, I can't read women. I don't know if she's actually meaning, yeah, that's a good one, or, for goodness sake, I've got to take this because...
I can read women.
OK, well, what's she thinking?
A bit of both there. Look.
Hey, OK, all right, nice one.
Yeah, you're doing it back now.
What?
Yeah, nice one.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
I can't read me, let alone women. 08459 455 555. I've got to say it, I'm buzzing from the night nurse from last night. I'm really... Woo!
Never taken the stuff. What's it like?
Man alive.
It's very effective for curing all kinds of ailments.
Including mental instability.
Whoa. No,
Sorry?
I'm not sure it can...
So today there'll be records. You're going to have to do lots of talking because my voice is walking, and that is unsustainable news as far as I'm concerned.
You're such a plum.
Why is that then?
Should we have a look at the papers and that?
Well, should I do the news and that?
Yeah.
6:15. It's Tuesday, the 30th of December. I'm Iain Lee. These are your headlines on BBC Three Counties Radio. An NHS worker who's been diagnosed with Ebola after returning to Glasgow from Sierra Leone is being moved to specialist facilities in North London. The chief executive of Network Rail, Mark Khan, has apologised for the severe disruption to train services at the weekend when Christmas engineering work overran. And the government's announced measures to tackle prescription fraud in the NHS, which it says will save £150 million a year.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Did you know you can get in touch with BBC Three Counties Radio wherever you are?
Via Twitter at BBC3CR.
Join us on Facebook. Facebook.com/BBC3CR.
Call us on 08459 455 555.
Or text us on 81333 and start your message with 3CR.
Local and vocal across beds, hearts and bucks. BBC Three Counties Radio.
Now, traditionally, this is the lost week, isn't it? This is the week that doesn't actually exist in
yes,
time.
It's just you, me, and maybe a couple of people listening.
Not many.
The special ones.
Well, the thing is, and this is weird, if you've never listened before, could you give me a call today? Because, bizarrely, when I've done this week in other radio stations, the regulars are off having fun and having a life.
Or sleeping.
Yeah. But loads of new people tuning just for this week. So if you've never listened before, 08459 455 555. The show is normally very ramshackle. It's not as ramshackle as it is going to be today. This is particularly poorly constructed. From all sides of the coin.
Ramshackle, wow.
They're bringing out a £100 coin.
Well, that's going to get lost down the back of the sofa, isn't it?
Imagine that. I hate my kids. Let me finish that sentence. No, that'll do. No, I hate my kids when they play with my coins. Oh, look, I found some money. You didn't. That was by my bed. I found it. It's mine. But actually, it's not. And those are pound coins.
They have no idea how much they're worth, do they?
I found it. Well, no, yeah, you found it in my coat pocket, you little so-and-so. I'll have that. You can't have it. I'll have that back. If you want to come into my bedroom, you've got to pay me £1. Oh, for goodness. My bedroom, I pay the mortgage. Thing. So that's quite annoying. I didn't get to go to the pantomime yesterday.
Oh, yes, you did.
No, I didn't. I texted you. I said I couldn't go.
Oh.
One of the kids was sick. Oh,
Yes.
sorry.
Oh, yes, you did.
Yeah.
You did text me.
No, I didn't.
Oh, yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I WhatsApped you.
Oh, yeah, cheap.
Free. For now. Then you've got to pay 69 pence a year.
Yeah, I know.
I'm bailing out after my free year. 11 months and 30 days, I'm out of WhatsApp. You guys can stick it. I've got my freebies.
And then you're going to do what?
It's like I'm going to do one. It's like Netflix. You get a month free. Then you've got to pay. No, you don't. You can set up a new email account every single month. Boom, shakalak. I like to edge on the side of caution. Every 28 days, I delete that account, set up a new email account. Brap.
Wow.
Free movies from 1997 for me.
The man.
Hello.
He's furious.
Mr.
You're getting one over all the time.
Mr. Net and Mr. Flicks. Well, they can net this, and I'm going to flicks this. You see? Constantly. I win when it comes to free movies.
But at some point, you're going to trigger something at MI5 about having that many email addresses. So you might as well just pay for Netflix.
Do you remember there was a myth going around that if you sent 2 emails at the same time, and one had the subject heading, "Hello, how are you?" and one had the subject heading, "I have a bomb."
What?
That the one that said, "I have a bomb," would take longer to get there because it went through MI5. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that, but I can believe that would
Danny,
be
do you
said.
remember that?
Never heard of it.
I'm sure I'm gonna say a lot of things that I'm sure I've heard somewhere today.
Yeah.
And one of them is that you send.
There's a keyword thing.
Bomb.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense. Doesn't
It would, but I don't. Does MI5 have the technology to siphon off
Oh, yeah.
bomb-related emails?
Oh, yeah.
Do they?
I can't tell you how I know.
How do you know? And also, if they're doing that, that's a waste of technology. Because if I was a terrorist and I had a bomb, I wouldn't put bomb in the subject heading. I'd put it in the body of the text.
Yeah. No, they do that too.
Or I would do a sentence. Blimey, Olive, my... no, hang on. Blimey, Olive, my boobs shrivel. In Tottenham Court Road at 11 o'clock tonight. Now, the other fella on the other end of the line, he'll be confused at first.
You've triggered something now because that was like a signal.
It might have been. Oh dear, it's a minefield, isn't it? Literally in many ways.
Will you stop triggering?
I'm so.
They've got enough to do.
I'm so glad I'm not part of the anti-terrorism campaign,
So
or am
are
I?
we.
Or am I?
No, you're not.
Double bluff. Could be. Could be a double bluff.
No, I don't think it is.
You never know.
I do.
I'm the eyes and the ears of the world.
Right.
What you got in the papers, Catherine?
Loads of things and stuff. Talking about
Yeah, give us a record while you do that.
spies.
I'll cue a record
This
up.
is a good one.
Yeah, go on.
There you go. Have this one.
Thanks.
This is nice. It's a nice, gentle
You
one.
want which side?
That one. No, the one I gave you.
Okay, all right. On the major minor label.
Yeah. Idris Elba.
Oh,
Let's talk about Idris Elba.
Idris Elba. This guy, can I just speak freely? Not as freely as I was speaking in the office upstairs. This guy is got to be one of the most overrated actors of our time.
Hey, listen, don't hate. Congratulate.
No, I will not.
He's playing the game, okay? People are offering him the chance to make his own albums based on the characters he plays in various things.
He's made an album based on being Nelson Mandela. He's going to make an album based on being Lex Luthor.
Don't hate him for it. He was offered the opportunity, he took it. Cha-ching. Cha-ching. You know what the acting game's like.
I
He
do.
might not be at the top of his game
It's
forever.
a tough game, the acting game.
Well, exactly.
I've been there.
So don't hate him for it. And now they're touting him as the next James Bond.
No.
They do this every now and again. Do you remember Luton's Colin Salmon?
No, I don't.
The first black Bond that never was.
Who's Colin Salmon?
Well, look him up. He's a good-looking fella, and he's been in loads of stuff.
Google him.
And he could well have had the dashing grace to be James Bond, but for the fact that
he's good. I like him.
I don't think he was famous enough.
He's been in James Bond films.
Yes, he has, as a kind of helper.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah. He looks too much of a tough nut. He looks like a tough nut.
Do you think? I think he looks suave.
He looks like the black Phil Mitchell?
No, he doesn't.
He does.
What are you talking
He does.
about?
He does.
What do you think, Danny?
Yeah, you think?
I think he's
don't think
smooth.
he's not a Phil Mitchell type, is he?
No, not at all.
He is.
He's got fine features.
He is.
He's smooth.
He is.
He's not.
He is.
He's not.
He is.
He's not.
He looks like a potato head.
Oh, stop it! Just because he's got no hair.
Maybe
Yes.
a bit more Grant.
A bit more grunt.
Grant
Yeah.
Mitchell.
That one. That's it.
He's not.
But in a nice way.
Suave.
Yeah,
I
very.
think he's suave.
And hey, Luton as well.
So, that's in the papers, talking about Kanye West wants him to be first Black Bond. You know why? Because Kanye West wants to be the second.
Kanye West wants to write the theme tune. Live and let. I don't think, and I say this as a gentleman of the world, you cannot have a black James Bond in the same way you cannot have a woman Doctor Who. It's just completely wrong and inappropriate. Doctor Who is a bloke, you don't get women doctors.
Oh.
And James Bond is white.
Right, Doctor Who isn't really a man, is he?
Excuse me?
Well, how many hearts has he got?
2.
Yeah, exactly. So
exactly.
He's not a human man.
Yeah, 2 male hearts. He is the male of the species being Time Lord from Gallifrey.
I thought he was fairly asexual, so
no,
what difference does it make?
How could it be? He's the Doctor. Where is he? Who he? The Doctor? He's a bloke. That's not even up for negotiation. And neither is the white-black James Bond thing.
Well, hang on a minute.
Next you'll be saying, I know what, why don't we have a Chinese James Bond? Get out of town. Go to Chinatown.
One day I would like it just to be an actor. No. You don't have to talk about race.
I remember ages ago when I was at Sixth Form College redoing my A-levels, because I muffed them up the first time, and I was forced to take GCSE General Studies. And I had a row with a girl because Mark Fowler had just been replaced by Tucker's Luck on EastEnders. Yeah. And I had a row with a girl because she said it should be a black actor.
Oh, now come on.
Why can't he be a black actor then? If James Bond can be a black actor, why can't Tucker be black?
Because of Pauline and Arthur.
Oh, what about James Bond's mum and dad?
Well, we never see them.
Exactly.
So you don't know anything about his backstory.
Well, you know that he's white.
No, well, in the books, he was kind of old Etonian type, wasn't he?
Oh.
So, you know, he shouldn't have been a Scotsman. He shouldn't have been an Irishman. He has been. He's been a Welshman.
When has he been a Welshman?
When he was Timothy Dalton.
Oh, that doesn't count, though.
That counts.
He did it in an English accent.
Well.
Which Irishman has he been?
Brosnan.
Brosnan's not Irish, are you nuts?
Of course he's Irish.
Oh, Kath.
And Sean Connery can't do anything other than Scottish. Even when he's being Spanish.
08459. What? 455 555. Close.
I think I'll live to see it, and I won't mind.
I would be not offended. I would be disgusted if there was a black James Bond.
Stop it!
Seriously, you know I'm right, don't you, Dillet? Steve, you listening? Fancy giving us a call?
Sock tell you who to sock it to. It's your thing, girl. Do what you wanna do. Don't let me tell you who to sock it to. Let me hear you say it's my thing. I do what I wanna do.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Well, there's not many cars about this morning. The M1 seems fine in both directions, as does the A1M, and also the A5 around Markyate doesn't seem to be too bad. Still roadworks to watch out for, though. In High Wycombe, Oxford Road, the A40, there's a lane blocked because of roadworks at Temple Street. It's a lane that's shut in each direction for structural testing. And at Chalfont St Peter, Amersham Road, there's roadworks that are being carried out at Misbourne Avenue, so do be aware of that. And on the trains, East Coast services are disrupted towards Newcastle and Ruaidhri due to problems with the cables at Dunbar. So do allow some time for your journey if you're getting that train. David Rees, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Across beds, hearts and bugs.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's 6:30. I'm Simon Oxley. An NHS worker who's been diagnosed with Ebola after returning to Glasgow from Sierra Leone is being moved to specialist facilities in London. The nurse is expected to arrive at the Royal Free Hospital this morning. The chief executive of Network Rail, Mark Khan, has ordered 2 reviews in response to the severe disruption to train services at the weekend when Christmas engineering work overran. Mr Khan has apologised unreservedly to passengers. And the government's announced measures to tackle prescription fraud in the NHS, which it says will save £150 million a year. Pharmacists will be able to check electronically whether patients are trying to dodge paying for their prescriptions.
Three Counties Sports.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Liverpool beat Swansea 4-1 in last night's Premier League match at Anfield. Adam Lallana scored twice for Brendan Rodgers' improving side.
For pretty much a big part of the game, we dominated the game. When I went to 2-0, we had a spell where we gave away a poor goal. We gave away the ball too cheaply, and then goes to 2-1, and that was a frustration. But apart from that spell in the game, I thought that the work rate of the players was outstanding. I thought we were really exciting going forward tonight, and the creativity in the team, and overall it was a very pleasing performance.
West Brom have parted company with manager Alan Irvine after losing 7 of their last 9 games. Former Spurs boss Tim Sherwood is the favourite to take over. And Newcastle manager Alan Pardew has been given permission to talk to Crystal Palace about the vacancy at Selhurst Park. A compensation deal has been agreed. Watford will be without Algerian midfielder Adelaine Guadiara for Sunday's FA Cup trip to Chelsea after the end of his loan spell from Crystal Palace. Hornets manager Slavisa Jokanovic is aware he'll need to look at other options ahead of their 3rd round tie at Stamford Bridge.
It's not easy situation for us. I don't want lost Basonga Gadura. I don't know what's going to happen in front of us, and I must to fix problem with players what I have in the squad or with some players who can arrive working with us.
And in darts, Michael van Gerwen stayed on course for a successful defence of his PDC World Championship with a 4-1 win over Terry Jenkins to reach the quarter-finals. BBC Three Counties News and Sport. The next full bulletin is at 7.
Call 08459 455 555.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
You logged on? Do you want my laptop?
Yep.
Blimey, O'Reilly. Really, I'm struggling today.
I know, I noticed.
Sorry?
I noticed. There's been a lot of involuntary noises from your direction.
And
this one.
There's a lot of that going on.
There's a lot of, and there's quite a bit of...
I saw my boys were sitting down yesterday, the other day, and one of them sat down and he went, ooh.
Yeah, that's from you.
I said, what are you doing that for? He said, I was just copying you, Daddy. Blimey. Anyway, so I didn't go to the pantomime. The eldest was poorly.
Didn't fancy the panto.
We did fancy it. I've booked... I'm such a sucker. I'm such a generous dad. I booked him 2 more tickets to go one night after school next week.
Right.
But I've only booked 2.
Right.
So I had the 2 tickets for me and the youngest, and then one for the eldest and his mum next week. I said to the youngest, right, we're going to go to the pantomime without you, brother. I don't want to go. Excuse me? I don't want to go with you. I want to go with Mama. Well, that's tough, because I want to go. I wanted to go. I want to go and I want to see it. I want to see Basil Brush, Postman Pat. Apparently only comes on at the beginning and at the end. But Basil Brush is in it consistently this year as opposed to last year where it only popped up a bit. Overall, I'd say good fun. So I had a big standoff with a 3-year-old about whether I would go to the pantomime or not. And I went, oh, just go with your mum. A clip around the ear. I shouldn't have hit her. That was inappropriate. So I didn't go in the end. I just watched Penguins and Madagascar. I watched Bed Knobs and Broomsticks yesterday. What a load of old rubbish that is. What a terrible film.
It's a creaky film, isn't it?
It's awful. It's a poor man's Mary Poppins. Or as your dad said to me on Twitter yesterday when he finished listening to Abbey Road by the Beatles, it's like Rocky 2, a quick, cheap cash-in. It's an awful movie.
Yeah, it's almost like the bits I had left.
The best bit was Bruce Forsyth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but then he's not...
He's a spiv in that, isn't he?
He's a spiv. He's the bad guy, but he only pops up in it. If you've got a bad guy, you need the bad guy.
Hang on, the Germans were the bad guys.
Yeah, but they weren't introduced until the last act.
I think they were introduced at the beginning when the evacuees turned up.
I missed the beginning bit. But if you've got bad guys, they need to be constant throughout the film. Yeah. And they weren't constant.
There was a
throughout
lion. He was quite bad, wasn't he?
He
was the medallion.
It was rubbish. Yeah. It turns out the words were in the comic all the time. Awful film, poor performances. Overall, I'd say a lot of fun for the family. Go and see. Absolute stinker. We've been spoilt by kids' films this year. That's the problem with things like Frozen, Lego Movie. Mr. Peabody and Sherman.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That's a good film.
People don't know that one, do they?
No one went to see it, apart from us. Mm-hmm. I like it. But yeah, it was awful, Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. Most of them are. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang is too long. It's about 45 minutes too long. Very tedious film. Some good bits,
that
but very
child
tedious.
catcher, though, terrified me.
Yeah, he would have done when you were a child.
He does a bit now.
There was... it was weird. I had to explain the concept of Nazis to a boy who's nearly 5 last night.
Yeah. What, late starter, is he?
Well, no, I just like...
My kids know about that, but that's mostly because they get minded by my dad, who has the world at war on all the time.
They see the real horror. I try and protect my boys from the horror, but he couldn't understand why the soldiers were the bad guys. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, they're Germans and we hate them.
OK.
So that's that sorted.
You should get them watching Horrible Histories.
You keep banging on about this.
I've told you about my daughter wanting to have a Horrible Histories birthday party next year. And she wants to be George the IV.
I thought she was going to be Boadicea.
Well, she keeps changing her mind, but her favourite of the Georges is George the IV because he's the fat one.
OK.
I'm all for that. You know, I've been to enough...
Making fun of fat people?
No, George the IV. He was, they did make fun of him. He was the caricature for Humpty Dumpty, wasn't he? But that's because he was seen as being playing fast and loose with money.
Is that who Humpty Dumpty's based on? From Horrible Histories you got that?
No, from reading books.
Oh, blimey. Books, you say?
Yes. You should try them.
It's on my New Year's resolution list. I don't know if I'll get round to it.
What if I I'd say lend you mine. It will be noticed.
Yeah, will be noticed.
I could risk it.
Risk what?
Lending you mine.
What? Book?
What book?
You want to lend me your book?
No, Horrible Histories.
Nah, I won't watch it.
It's not for you.
They won't watch it.
They will.
I have the power.
It's rude.
We're watching Penguins in Madagascar at the moment. I can't get enough of that. Let's have a bit of this. Oh no, probably best not to.
Do you want something from my records?
Yeah, we'll just probably best not to.
Well, no, it's rubbish, isn't it? But some people like it, so that's fair enough. Oh, I'll tell you what I discovered.
Yeah.
I bought this big load of other people's records.
Yeah.
And there was one in here that I've never heard of before, but I loved it. And I told Justin about it, and he must get it sorted and get it on his programme.
Yeah.
As soon as I find it, you can have it and put it on. It's by the Casuals. You ever heard of the Casuals?
Oh, you mentioned the Casuals, one of Paul Weller's favourite bands.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. They're from Lincoln. They didn't have the success they deserved, apparently, according to Wikipedia.
Oh, OK. No one does these days, do they?
Whack that on.
Ow. Hang on. Here we go.
You ask me if there'll come a time when I'll grow tired of you. Never my love, never my love. You wonder if this heart of mine will lose its desire for you. Never my love, makes you think love will end when you know that my whole life depends on you.
Is it about a gap year?
Never my love, never my love. You say you fear I'll change my mind. I won't require you. Never my love, never my spend your whole life with me. Never my love, no, 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 never my love.
Hey, that's nice, isn't it?
Oh, it was really nice.
I like that.
I was surprised. I've got a few turkeys as well, flipping heck.
Well, it turns out not everything that was committed to vinyl was actually that good.
But even that's quite fun, finding those.
That's a nice one. This record sleeve, this Decca record sleeve, says to me, the Smurf song. Because I had the Smurf song in that record sleeve. Where are you all coming from? From Smurfland, where we belong.
No, it's nice, this one.
Do you do things we don't dare? Then I can never work out what they were saying. Dun, 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 we don't care.
They were carefree, weren't they?
Yeah, they were swingers.
Can you remember what They were not swingers. There was only one girl.
Exactly, and she was made by Gargamel.
Gargamel.
Yeah, she was made by Gargamel to... she was a honey trap.
Yeah.
She was a Smurfberry trap.
She was a bit like when Tom used to paint his finger as a lady mouse.
Yay. Or when that poor cat got a line of white paint down his back so that Pepe Le Pew would ignore the fact that he was a male cat and would want to have a rampant cat sex.
There was a little bit of that in Paddington Bear, wasn't there, famously this year?
Not seen it.
Oh, it was quite good.
Yeah, I've not seen it.
That fella you know from Horrible Histories. Again, we have Horrible Histories.
Oh, sorry, the big with the bushy hair?
The tall fella.
Yeah.
With small eyes.
I like him.
He fancied Hugh Bonneville dressed as a char lady.
Oh, yeah.
He says, hey, stop that sexy woman. And that apparently is why it was a
oh, guys, come on, guys. Have you seen Paddington?
No.
No, nor have I.
Sorry.
They went without me, the kids.
Oh my God.
Oh.
I didn't really like it.
Did you not?
Mm. But as you say, we've been spoilt this year with things that are rip-roaring successes. Thumbs up.
They're going to make a Perishers movie, aren't they?
Oh, what for?
I don't know. I made that up. But they probably will.
Tell you what they are going to make this year.
Yeah.
Faraway Tree.
No More Fanny.
Doubtless.
It's going to be Franny, isn't it?
Franny all the way.
Which is...
There's No More Fanny.
Yeah, which is a great shame.
I keep reading, I've told you about this, I'm reading the books to my daughters.
Yeah.
And I've got some of my old books and some new books that I've had to replace.
Okay.
And we're back on Fanny. And the kids at first were confused, but now they know that she changes from one to the other.
Yeah.
It depends on how old the book is.
Do you not change the books you're reading? I alter the words in the books to suit my needs.
No, I don't care.
I don't say diaper. You've got a book that's got diaper in there, nappy.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do with this one because there are a lot of words that they wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
Like, oh, how queer, they say quite a lot. So they say it a lot, so I sometimes change it to strange. But I also use queer because that's fair enough.
If it's a new book and it's dragging on a bit, I'll miss big chunks out. You can't do it with books they know because they go, oh, you missed a bit. Yeah, OK. But if it's a new book, I'll just miss chunks out. Mm. Yeah, there's no point in messing around.
Everyone does that, don't they?
Yeah, there's no point in reading the whole thing.
Do you ever sit down with your bedtime story and go, right, this is really long, so I'm going to start halfway through this chapter?
No.
I do that all the time.
You don't say that out loud, though, do you?
That might be where I'm going wrong.
That's your sucker plan. Let's go to the phones. Danny, who's called in this morning? Hey.
Jim.
Ooh.
Nobody's called in yet.
Whoa.
We need some because we've had a text.
Why did she call me Jim?
I think she was making up someone called Jim.
Oh. Let's have the text. Get this rubbish off.
It's not from anybody.
Hey.
Well, it is, but they don't say who they are. Nothing wrong with a black Bond. Not one continuous storyline for the film, so it shouldn't matter.
No, it does matter. You cannot have a... This is you don't put your name on there because you're a coward. You cannot have a black James Bond.
You can, and they will.
Well, they can, and I won't watch it. So they've lost my dollars, and it's dollars, because even though it's a British thing, they're obsessed with the American market.
But you haven't seen James Bond film for ages.
I've seen
You like Roger Moore.
Yeah, I do like Roger Moore.
They're the worst ones.
No, you can't have a... Well, I'll tell you what, after the weather, Danny, can we get Justin up on this? Because I suspect that Justin will agree with me on this one. You cannot have a... You can't mess with heritage. I know what, let's go and paint Buckingham Palace bright pink, shall we?
Well, he's not a real person. You can do what you want with it. That's the beauty of fiction.
No, you can't, though. You can't... Listen, for the last 40-odd years, I have been brought up in a world where James Bond is a white gentleman of the upper classes. You cannot then just urinate all over my memories.
Wow.
And that's what's happening here with Idris Elba. I'm having none of it.
It's not going to happen with Idris Elba. We all know that, don't we? This is the every 5 years it comes around and they'll suggest someone who could do it.
Yeah.
But it won't happen.
Good.
But it could happen, and I don't see why it shouldn't.
No, I'm not having it. I'm not standing for it.
Well, that's just you then.
Well, it's not just me. It'll be Dealey as well.
All right, that's just you and Justin then.
08459 455 555. Show these politically correct, muesli-chomping, sandal-wearing, left-wing Guardianistas just what kind of muppets they really are. My name's Nick Ferrari. Good morning.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
I'm a bit premature for the Trav.
Does Ferrari do that?
Well, no, Ferrari would do a slightly slicker show than this, but it was just such a good line to end on that I had to, even though I could see that Travel wasn't there, I had to dive in, and it's a new fella doing the Travel, isn't it, today?
Is it Justin Peterson?
No.
Yesterday?
No.
Very good.
It's a new fella who is now officially late.
Oh.
Isn't he? What time is he supposed to come? Oh, hang on a second. What was that, Danny? Go on.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
I'm over here. No, we've only got half an hour travel today.
Oh,
Sorry.
Flip it.
Oh, you were a right plum.
Oh, blimey. We could have been there for ages, Georgina, couldn't we?
I would have gone.
15 minutes we could have had.
Hang on a minute. You just You'd have bailed out?
I don't hang around. I'm sorry. I'm a busy girl.
Flipping it. Who are you doing after us? Which losers have you got next? Have you got James Whale? Are you waking up with the whale?
No, Suffolk. Radio Suffolk. No. Wales after that.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Tell Whale that Iain Lee says, up yours. Could you tell him that for me, Georgina? Would you mind?
No. Funny enough, I can't.
OK,
no.
well, just try and make the weather for the whale really, really bad.
OK.
Excellent. Thank you very much indeed. 6:46. It's Tuesday the 30th of December. I'm Iain Lee. These are your headlines on BBC Three Counties Radio. An NHS worker who's been diagnosed with Ebola after returning to Glasgow from Sierra Leone is being moved to specialist facilities in London. The chief executive of Network Rail, Mark Khan, has apologised for the severe disruption to train services at the weekend when Christmas engineering work overran. And the government's announced measures to tackle prescription fraud in the NHS, which it says will save £150 million a year. Let's get the weather. Here's Georgina.
Beds, Hearts and Bucks weather.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Good morning. Well, it's a fairly cold, frosty start again to the day. A little bit slippery underfoot as well, so do take care if you're walking out and about. And we've got some really pleasant winter sunshine to look forward to today if you can stay warm enough with highs of 5 degrees Celsius. Now, it starts off clear through the night but becomes cloudier later on. With temperatures down to -2 degrees Celsius, it's actually becoming milder, believe it or not, as we start to lose that ridge of high pressure. So tomorrow we've got New Year's Eve, a bright start to the day, cloud building later on, and a bit of a south to southwesterly wind picking up too, but it does look like we're going to have a dry evening for the celebrations. Temperatures reaching about 6 degrees Celsius during the day, and actually tomorrow we are getting the best of the sunshine for the country, if that makes you feel any better. And then on New Year's Day, a fairly cloudy day. There will be 1 or 2 spots of drizzle around, but that's not going to be the case for everyone. And then a brighter, cooler day on Friday as we flip-flop with this weather. Saturday we go back to cloudy, milder conditions once more. That's your latest forecast.
If you love music, you'll love weekends here on BBC Three Counties Radio. Every Saturday, Justin Dealey plays the forgotten tracks and your musical memories. There's 2 hours of rock and roll heaven with Bernie Keith.
She's your fine-looking man. She's something else.
BBC Introducing brings you local unsigned acts.
You cut your teeth on the lack of answers.
There's a rhythm in your heart.
And the late Paul Barnes plays fabulous tunes to ease you into Sunday morning.
The continental
Love music, love Saturdays on BBC Three Counties Radio.
Dad pop. Where did that idea come from?
It came from my brain.
This is why school is wrong. I oiled up and I got naked. Are you serious?
Yeah. Put that ruddy thing away.
Hi, weirdos.
Women in underwear just look nice.
I'm not in your bedroom.
I've got my clipboard, textbooks, lead me to the station. Yeah, I'm off to the Civil War. I've got my kit bag, my heavy boots. I'm running in the rain. Gonna run till my feet are raw. Slip, kid, slip out of trouble. Slip over here and set me free. Slip, kid, second generation. You're sliding down the hill like me. No easy way to be, no easy way to be, no easy way to be, no easy.
cheeky little bit of The Who. Man, that's the best Who album in the world. It's got the worst cover in the world, The Who by numbers.
I thought it was some sort of bootleg thing when you picked it up.
It's the worst cover. Did you know The Who had this really interesting thing? Did you know this, Justin?
What's that, boss?
The Who would take it in turns to design the album covers.
Wow.
And that one's done by John Entwistle, and it's rubbish. It's like The Who is a Dr. Dot thing. But behind that awful cover is a wonderful, what is the best Who album. It's wonderful. I've got to be careful because a lot of the songs are quite sweary, though, so...
Well, just ride the fader.
Not you as well. Kath wanted to ride Kate Nash the other day.
Yeah, I know.
I couldn't condone that behaviour because it's my name above the door.
There isn't a name above the door.
There is. That is mine. Hey, Kanye make... this is clever. It didn't work. Kanye make Idris 007. Kanye make Idris... Kanye West... Rapper West backs star to being new Bond. Those pants aren't very nice, are they?
They're never very nice, but I think they're an afterthought on the page 3 girls.
Kanye West has become the latest high-profile star to back Idris Elba as cinema's next James Bond, saying the part needs to be his. The rapper believes making Elba the first black actor to play Secret Agent 007 would be visionary. And he said handing the role to the 42-year-old Brit, who's not that good an actor...
He is good.
He's not good. No, I've not.
Oh, he's so good in Luther.
Should be
sorry?
Sorry?
Luther?
Hello?
Luther.
What, Vandross?
No.
Lex. The 42-year-old Brit should be a real possibility. Elba, star of TV's Luther, has been talked about as the favourite to succeed current Bond Daniel Craig. Kanye, 37, get out of town, said, I know, he's older than me. I know Idris a little bit, and he's a big talent. The movies he's been making are special. And when the role for James Bond comes up, I'm doing the voice and everything, it needs to be his. James Bond is a role made for British actors, and you won't find a British actor who has the talent of Idris. To be honest, you won't find many anywhere who have his talent.
It's not like Kanye to exaggerate, is it?
It's just wrong on so many levels. It's just wrong on so many levels.
First of all, when you read that, and now I work out what Kanye's doing, he's bigging his friend up, and that's fair enough. And I do that about you all the time. I say that you're not really talented and stuff, and just to make you feel...
But that's true.
...better. So, why not? Why the heck not? Who would have thought we'd had a blonde Bond?
The hair colour...
We'd have had a Scottish Bond.
Oh, you're equating nationality with race. You're equating hair colour with race.
I'm just saying that it is...
Unbelievable.
No,
Shocking.
Well, the hair colour would be different.
Sorry, you've just said we had a blonde Bond.
No, but what I'm saying
blonde
is...
Blonde shell.
But what I'm saying is people have a very fixed idea of what James Bond
he's a white
like.
fella.
And actually, when you look at the guys that we've had in the last 10 years
They've all had one thing in common.
They've been fellas.
Yeah, white fellas. Two things in common.
Yeah.
Two things in common.
Oh, well,
at least.
Why not? I think it will happen at some point.
But, well, then that's the day they stop getting my dollar.
Well, they don't get your dollar anyway.
That's the day I stop illegally downloading Bond... I'm joking, I don't.
Or moving from Netflix subscription to Netflix.
No, you can't get Bond films on Netflix. I just think it's wrong.
It's not like they're portraying a historical figure. You know, if they were portraying William Shakespeare as a black man, that would be something else.
Well, hang on a minute. There is a school of thought that thinks William Shakespeare was a black guy.
Oh, stop it.
There is a school of thought that thinks he was a black guy.
The wrong school of thought.
Well, this is the wrong school of thought that thinks Idris Elba should be James Bond.
No,
exactly. Justin.
Well, listen, boss, I'm on the streets this morning. I'm ready to go.
When you're on the street, when you say you're on the streets,
pretty tense.
Hello.
But I am totally with you on this one. I think it's totally wrong to even suggest it. I think what it is, it's box ticking. We don't need that. No. James Bond, he's a white man. Why do we have to have a black James Bond just because we need to be out there saying, well, look, here we have a James Bond which is black? No, he's a white man. End of story.
Listen, just choose a good actor. If it happens to be a black fella, why not?
Well, why not just choose a woman? Why not choose a woman to be James Bond?
Because James is a man's name.
Why not choose a black woman in a wheelchair? Do you know what? Do you see what I'm saying here?
I think. Well, I see what the Daily Mail would say.
Yeah, exactly. What?
James is a man's name.
Jamie?
No.
Is a hot girl's name.
Yeah.
Especially when it's spelled Jaime. Jamie. That is a hot girl's name.
Anyway, you're deviating.
I'm not deviant. I'm a little bit, but hey, everyone's got skeletons in their suitcase. There are some names that are hotter. Here's the thing, right? Girls with boys' names. Billy.
Danny.
Oh. Jamie. Stevie.
It's all very 80s
Colin.
now.
Good. Do you know what I mean, just?
I know exactly what
you know where I'm coming from, brother. Right.
Yeah.
Take this to the streets, Justin. I'm going to ask you just to handle this in your usual in an even more sensitive way than you normally do, if that's okay.
So what's the question we're asking this morning?
Do you want a black bond?
That's the question, yeah?
Yeah, go for it.
Let's take it to the streets and I shall report back before 8.
Justin, thank you. What could possibly go wrong handing Justin Dealey a topic such as do you want a black bond? Why not get a woman bond?
Why not get? It's a man.
Why not get a child bond?
Hey,
why not get a goat bond?
Do you remember the furore when they got M to be a woman?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, she was the right woman for the job.
Yeah, but that's different because it's a job. You're right. She was the job of M. She wasn't playing the same character as the other fella. It was the job.
Well, no one's questioned why Timothy Dalton doesn't like Timothy Dalton anymore.
No. You go back to that point that you've just made that you know is inaccurate. She got the job of M.
Yeah, but M traditionally had always been a man's job, and probably in the books it's a man's job. But she's brilliant at it.
No, but she's not playing the same character that the fella plays.
I'm not arguing that it should be a woman. I'm just saying the colour of the actor makes no difference.
Well, no, because you've tried to argue the thing about the woman, and you've fallen on your lovely little derriere, my darling. Let me help pick you up.
Times are changing.
Exactly.
Times are changing.
All right, Dylan.
So why not have a black bond? If he's a good actor, why not?
08459 455.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
A1's not looking too bad at the moment. Be aware, though, in Roxton there are the works that continue at Black Cat Roundabout, so that could get quite busy later. Also, Western Road, the A509 in Olney's restricted at Western Road. On the trains, Chiltern Railway, there's suspended service between Aylesbury and Marylebone at the moment due to a signal problem that's occurred at Aylesbury. London Underground are accepting tickets for reasonable routes, though. Other train services running a weekend timetable, but it all seems to be running to time at the moment. David Rees, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Thank you, David. So, Black Bond and whatever else you fancy talking about. 08459 455 555. Let's get the news. Here's Simon Oxley.
Local and vocal across beds, hearts and bucks.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's 7 o'clock. The headlines: Ebola patient heading for London hospital, debris spotted in search for missing plane, and rail chief apologises for Christmas chaos.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
The first person to be diagnosed with Ebola while in the UK is being flown from Glasgow to London for specialist medical attention. The woman arrived back from Sierra Leone at the weekend. More from Colin Blaine.
The female health worker, who's thought to be an NHS nurse, had been working with Save the Children just outside Freetown, the capital of Sierra Leone. She flew back to Britain on Sunday night, felt unwell yesterday morning and was admitted to hospital straight away. Her initial treatment was at Gart Naval Hospital in Glasgow, where doctors said her condition was stable. But the UK's high-level isolation unit is at the Royal Free Hospital in London, and she's now on her way there. She was driven in a convoy of ambulances and police cars to Glasgow Airport and put on a military transport plane inside an isolation tent.
Investigators looking for the missing AirAsia flight say they've seen debris in the Java Sea, including items resembling an emergency slide and an aeroplane door. Indonesian state TV has been screening footage which appears to show large white objects floating in the water. The government there says it's likely to be from the missing Airbus A320. The chief executive of Network Rail, Mark Khan, has ordered 2 reviews in response to the severe disruption to train services at the weekend when Christmas engineering work overran. Mr Khan has apologised unreservedly to passengers but declined to say whether he'd accept an annual bonus. The government's announced measures to tackle prescription fraud in the NHS, which it says will save £150 million a year. Pharmacists will be able to check electronically whether patients are trying to dodge paying for their prescriptions. People who fought to keep village church bells chiming overnight say they've raised £3,000 for a device to make them ring more gently. Ashwell in Hertfordshire has been split between people who say St Mary's quarter-hour chimes keep them awake at night and others who like them. The chimes have been silenced between 11 at night and 7 in the morning, but campaigner Maria Brown says the new system will still allow the bells to ring.
It's a hammer device, and the timer at 11 p.m, instead of the chimes being switched
switched off, his hammer device will begin to work, and the hammer will strike the bell much more gently than it used to. It'll be a ding-dong, but it will be at a much lower volume.
4 people were injured after a car went into a ditch on a Buckinghamshire road last night. The emergency services were called to Thornton Road in Nash at 10:30. 3 men and a woman needed treatment. In sport, Liverpool beat Swansea 4-1 in last night's Premier League match at Anfield. West Brom have parted company with their manager Alan Irvine, and Newcastle manager Alan Pardew has been given permission to talk to Crystal Palace about the vacancy at Selhurst Park. The weather, another frosty start, then a dry day with sunny spells. Still cold, though, despite the sunshine. A maximum temperature 4 degrees Celsius. And you can get the latest news and sport online at bbc.co.uk/3 counties.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me. Down the road is where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend. Can't stay for long, just turn around and I'm gone again. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow I'll just keep moving on. Down this road that never seems to end. When new adventure lies just around the bend. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's hobo style. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, the whole world is my home. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's hobo style. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on. There's a world that's waiting to unfold. A brand new tale no one has ever told. We've journeyed far, but you know it won't be long. We're almost there and we've paid our fare with a hobo song. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's hobo style. Maybe tomorrow I'll find what I call home. Until tomorrow, you know I'm free to roll.
Morning, guys. This is Iain Lee, BBC Three Counties Radio. We've got music beds, I've decided.
Right.
So it makes us sound a bit more professional.
What's going to happen, though?
When?
Is it going to be...
No, it's instrumental.
Is it really?
Yeah. I think I've never listened to this album. Hang on. Yeah, it's instrumental. There we go. It's an instrumental, Pete.
Just about to talk on.
Hello?
About to talk on the radio.
He's about to talk on radio.
Yeah, I know. I've just asked him to. I've invited him to. Good morning, Pete.
Good morning, my friend. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Good to hear you back in that box. What have you got for us?
Well, I know you don't do requests or anything like that.
No.
But, this is something close to my heart. Unfortunately, on
his lungs. Sorry.
One of my son's ferrets has chewed its way out of its cage.
Hey.
He's a friendly ferret. You won't come across anything as friendly as what this is.
Wow.
It's a silver-coloured, which is unusual because it's not like the polecat colour.
Yes.
It's a silver-coloured ferret. Unfortunately, he chewed his way out of
the cage.
Of the cage.
What was the cage made of? Paper?
No. It's made of very good wood, but unfortunately, I overlooked where he's been chewing, but he has chewed his way out.
He chewed through very good wood. Hey.
Great escape.
Blimey.
Yeah, I think we'll have to call him Steve McQueen.
Yes. Well, Steve McQueen, of course, got shot by the Nazis as he tried to jump a barbed wire fence, so let's hope that fate doesn't befall the ferret.
Oh, yeah. No, I thought he got captured on the motorbike and then they took him back.
All right, well, Steve McQueen got captured on the motorbike as he landed on some barbed wire
Isn't he the guy when they say, for you, the war is over?
Yeah.
My favourite bit in that film is when the bloke from the Sweeney is getting on, and he's the one that's been all up for it. Is like, guys, just just keep your cover, and then as he gets on the train, right, the German says, "Oh, Bazive, good luck, thanks very much."
Oh, you idiot! No. I've never seen that film.
Oh, it's a good film actually.
I've seen Chicken Run. That's pretty much the same thing.
It's the same story, yeah. You've seen the same story. Well, Pete, so what can we do for you then?
Well, if anybody, I mean, he was lost in the top end of the Browning Road and Pointers Road area.
Well, hang on, he's escaped from the house.
Oh yeah, he's out of the cage.
Well, was the cage not in the house?
No. I've got them in a warm shed all built for him.
You can't have them in the house, can you, Pete? They stink.
So do my kids, but they live with me.
Oh, no, I can't say anything about that.
Oh, he's gone all Dalek. So where is it, Pete? Because you were losing the line. What?
Right, he's gone missing.
I've got the line back. That's a shame.
He's gone missing in the Browning Road and Pointers Road area.
Yep.
If anybody sees him, if they can phone you, because you've obviously got my number.
Yep.
And just get in contact with me, and I'll obviously go and collect him.
Pete, thank you very much. So we've got
ferret on the loose.
Benjamin Bunny.
Yeah.
He lives out in the garden. I brought him in the other day. Scratched the hell out of me. Gave him a kick. Chased him around again last night. Get in the bloody thing. Anyway.
Can't you train a rabbit?
Oh, it's too late. It's feral. I went out in the garden yesterday. The hutch is locked. Got two doors in it. Locked.
Yeah.
Locked and locked.
Yeah.
He'd previously been in the hutch. He was out of the hutch. And he was looking at me as if to say, you ain't got a clue how I did this, have you? It was freaky. And no one had let him out. No one had let him out. He's looking at me going, yeah, what are you going to do? I can do this. You wait until I work out to get past these fences, and then I'm out of here, baby. Unbelievable. 08459 455 555 if you've seen a ferret. Ever. In your life.
I have, they stink.
They're horrible animals.
It's like a long rat.
Long sausage. A long, slimy sausage. Have we played a song?
We're playing a song now, but does this qualify?
If it's not... It always amazed me that this was the theme tune to Points of View.
Yeah. The suggestion being that when you're 64...
No.
You're retired...
No.
And you've got time to write letters to Terry Wogan.
No, I'll tell you what the suggestion is. Bear with me. You ready? Here we go. This is the suggestion. Here we go. Send me a postcard, drop me a line, stating points of view.
Oh, it's that.
Indicate precisely what you mean to say. You're sincerely wasting away. That's what the implication is there.
Oh.
Yeah.
And this is in the days before Google, when you could Google a lyric like that and get something that obvious.
Someone had made the connection. I tell you what, let's have a bit of this.
Plenty of that guitar.
Traveling on a boat, in a plane, in a car, on a bike, with a bus, on a train. Traveling there, traveling here, everywhere, in every gear. But oh Lord, we pay the price with the spin of a wheel, with the roll of the dice. Ah yeah, you pay your fare, and if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. Traveling through the dirt and the grime, from the past to the future, through the space and the time. Traveling deep beneath the waves, in watery grottos and mountainous caves. But oh Lord, we got to fight with the thoughts in the head, with the dark and the light. No use to stop and stare, and if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there.
teeth by the breadth of her hair. Traveling where the fall winds blow, with the sun on my face in the ice and the snow. But ooh, it's a game. Sometimes you're cool, sometimes you're lame. Oh yeah, it's somewhere if you don't know where you're going. Any road will take you there. With the spin of the wheel, with the roll of the dice. Ah, yeah, you pay your fare if you don't know where you're going. Any road will take you there. I keep traveling around the bend. There is no beginning, there is no end. It wasn't born and never dies. There are no edges, there is no sides. Ah, yeah, just don't win. It's so far out, the way out is in. Bow to God and call him sir, but if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. And if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there.
.16, it's Tuesday, the 30th of December. I'm Iain Lee. These are your headlines on BBC Three Counties Radio. The first person to be diagnosed with Ebola while in the UK is being flown from Glasgow to London for specialist medical attention. Investigators looking for the missing Air Asia flight say they've seen debris in the Java Sea. And the Chief Executive of Network Rail, Mark Khan, has apologised for the severe disruption to train services at the weekend, while begging to keep hold of his £370,000 bonus.
BBC Three Counties Radio. Every weekday morning.
You can book your place on the show now.
Jonathan Vernon Smith.
Come on and get some help, get some assistance.
But he's not on this morning. He's not on this week. Yasmin's on.
Yeah, but still, for next week...
Well, listen, I know, but people know that Jonathan is the most popular show on this station, in many ways.
Yeah.
So people know he's going to be on between 9 and 12 every weekday morning, don't they? They know, and they have a Barney in the first hour. Don't know what happens in the second hour, because we're in meetings. And in the third hour, he does
It's good.
It's going to be good. Third hour, my favourite bit, the consumer hour.
08459 455 555 after 9 o'clock.
Yeah, but no...
But not today.
Because he's not in this week.
No.
Yasmin's in. So we should be playing... let's see if we can find something that's a bit more... That kind of says... Can we find something that says Yasmin? What have we got here that might say Yasmin? This might say it.
Across beds, hearts and bugs.
From 9. This is Yasmin Khan.
Literally said it.
Three Counties Radio.
I was looking for something... that metaphorically said it, but we found something that literally said it, so that's...
She'll be here from 9. In fact, she'll be here just a little bit beforehand when she tells us what's on her show.
She comes in and she starts setting up the stall, so to speak.
Hey, this Ebola story.
Hey, panic stations. That dad was right. He was not sending his girl to school.
Well, hang on a second, because it depends which paper you read, OK?
I'm panicked.
The Independent. Nurse diagnosed with Ebola on return to UK. A volunteer had been helping to treat victims of the disease in Sierra Leone. It's not on the front page of the Daily Express.
You're okay.
The Daily Telegraph.
It's okay. So if you read the Express, then there'll be no panic in your life.
Which is unusual, because normally they like a health story.
They love stirring it up.
Oh, hang on. Fears after Ebola victim arrives in UK. See page 9.
Fears.
Daily Telegraph. First Ebola case found in Britain. Volunteer nurse diagnosed on her return from Sierra Leone after screening system at Heathrow fails to detect deadly disease. Because she wasn't showing symptoms. Hang on. It's very early.
The screening system at Heathrow, I'm getting more panicked.
Right, OK.
No one can panic us any more than this, can they?
Ebola case confirmed in Britain. The Times.
That's OK.
NHS nurse is first to be diagnosed in UK.
I'm calmed down again with that one. That's
Daily Mail. UK nurse brings Ebola back to Britain.
You cheeky cow!
Hunt for hundreds who flew alongside her. Because they say hundreds in the Mail, but I'm sure I read that they were looking for 71 passengers.
How do the Daily Mail phrase this story about a hero who went to save people who are dying of a merciless disease and have much less than us? How do they describe this hero?
UK nurse brings Ebola back to Britain.
It's like she brought back some fags in duty free. Hey, I got 200 Benson and Edges and some Ebola. Which do you want?
There's already a bit of a backlash on Twitter. I noticed last night with people saying, I'm all for people being do-gooders, but don't bring it back to our doorstep.
Whoa, hang on a minute. This woman's a hero, you slackers. First of all, unless you've been licking her eyes, you're not going to get it. Sorry?
I wondered where you were going with that. But yes. We're talking bodily fluids.
You can only get it by ingesting her bodily fluids. So, do you know what? It's very, very unlikely that any of you suckers that were moaning on Twitter have got it. This woman's a hero. We should be applauding her and doing everything we can to save her life.
And when you read the newspaper reports, what they're saying is it's at a very, very early stage. They've caught it extremely quickly. She wasn't showing symptoms when she first arrived, which is why the screening system didn't pick up, because it's supposed to be screening for symptoms. They weren't there. And they've caught it very, very quickly. And they're moving her now to North London from Glasgow to treat it better.
To the Royal Free in Hampstead, a hospital where I know very well. I've been there a few times, just around the corner from where I used to live. Thank God I don't live there no more, because I don't want to catch Ebola.
You won't catch it.
No, you won't catch it. And it is... remember that dad we spoke to who was refusing to send his little girl to school because they wouldn't let her wear a mask?
Exactly.
And there's no danger of anybody catching that. Maybe a husband or a partner if they've been having a snog, which is extremely likely if she's come back from a foreign country after being there for a few weeks or months. But no one else is going to... No, you're not worried about this, are you, Pete?
For me?
Yeah, you're not worried about Ebola, are you?
If you remember a year ago when it first broke out,
yes,
they said that 150 people have died with Ebola, and steps are being taken, but then the death toll has gradually risen.
Yeah.
It's nearly 8,000 people now.
Yeah.
It's quite serious.
Well, but are you worried about catching it?
No.
No. And why aren't we more worried about malaria that I think killed 1 million people last year or something like that? Danny, could you find out how many people were killed by malaria in 2013?
Yep.
Excellent. She's Googling away. More people die of malaria every year than they do of Ebola.
That's very true.
So why aren't we worried? Why aren't we going, there's some... blooming Cheryl Cole had malaria and that cow brought it back. She had malaria, didn't she? That cow brought malaria back. Dirty. We applaud her and give her millions of pounds for telling some pop singers that they're good or bad.
Well, it seems that malaria can be cured relatively easily, but malaria doesn't liquefy the body from the inside out.
Morning, guys. I hope you're enjoying... Does anybody still have kippers for breakfast? I remember my granddad having kippers for breakfast. Is there a stinkier food in the world?
It's a very 1960s breakfast, isn't it?
Isn't it just? I mean, it's a smoked fish. And it tastes fishy.
Yeah.
Guessing. I'd be up for a kipper.
I think it's... is it salty, Peter? A kipper?
It's all those bones.
Yeah, there's a lot of bones in there.
Like a trout.
Hang on.
It's the anatomy, isn't it?
We've got the results back from the laboratory.
Malaria update. In 2013, an estimated 584,000 people died from malaria.
So I said
According
beautiful.
to
That's
who?
not, according to the WHO. What's Pete Townsend got to do?
World Health.
Every time I make that mistake. So there we go. 580,000 compared with 10,000.
Still not a stat I like.
No. If we're going to play, death top trumps, it's a morbid, macabre game to play. But, boy oh boy, someone emailed me yesterday saying, I can't wait until February. I said, why? They said, because of that. But it's and it's not in any way to diminish or demean the deaths that have happened in either of those diseases. But it's interesting, isn't it, that 580,000 in 1 year compared to about, let's say, 10,000 in a year.
I also think that, the way that some newspapers are kind of demonising this woman is as if she's done something irresponsible, when actually...
She's a hero!
She's one of the people who's going out there to stop what is a very stoppable disease.
She is a hero!
If you have the right equipment and the right sanitation in place.
We should be slapping her on the back, not too hard, and saying, well done, love, what can we do to help you when you're going back out there? Because if she survives this, and, let's hope she does...
The other nurse went back, didn't he?
They're immune to it. They're immune to it then, once they've had it. Isn't that amazing? Those are the people that they need to go back. It's like in that film, World War Z, with Brad Pitt. We'd say World War Z, of course, but it's pronounced... If you say World War Z, it makes sense, because it sounds like 3. And right, some people can walk amongst the people infected.
Right.
And these will be like those.
Right.
Probably not the best comparison to make. Peter!
Hello.
You swallowed that cup of tea there. Well done. What have you got for us?
Very nice. Well, I was just extrapolating the numbers.
I'm going to try and... One of my New Year's resolutions is to stop extrapolating so much. It really is exhausting.
The Ebola is restricted to a few countries in Africa, whereas malaria is worldwide.
Worldwide. The worldwide malarian web, yes.
Yes.
Of which we weave. Yes. Ferrets.
Ferrets.
There was a reason for this.
Years ago, I was in a car park, noticed a litter bin moving about.
Oh, yeah.
And delved in the litter bin to see what it was, and it was a lovely female ferret.
Beautiful.
Now, only you would go into the bin. Most people would say, oh, flipping out, that bin's alive, I'll stay away from that. You delved in there.
Well, yes, some poor animal may have been trapped, and it was, of course.
It was.
Get out. So I duly put it in my...
Who's Julie?
Zipped him... lovely woman. Zipped the girl up, and in the pub that night, I said, has anybody lost a ferret?
Come on,
I've
dude.
had shut up.
And this chap said, well, I lost one, but a year ago. I said, but would you want a replacement? How much? I said, well, no, you can have it, because I found it rummaging around.
Oh.
A week later, or it might have been a fortnight later, in the same pub, same bloke, you and that blasted ferret.
Uh-oh, mate.
It ate its way out the cage and had all its ducks and geese that night.
Hey!
Oh, dear.
It was like the Great Ferret of Troy. It snuck in as a gift.
It was a beast, because they are very ferocious little creatures, and they have a bite, I tell you.
Well, and also, that thing was just doing what ferrets do, and it had been living feral for goodness knows how long. It was just following its instincts. It's not your fault. It's not the duck.
Why do certain people... And I'm talking about your kind, Kath. You probably your granddad probably did this.
Not a ferret, no ducks.
Down the trousers.
What?
What is that all about?
I don't know. Is it a test of manliness?
They do that, don't they, Pete? They put ferrets down their trousers. Have you never heard of this, Danny?
No.
This is a thing. Honestly, you know what I'm talking about, don't you, Peter?
It's taking the joke too far.
Peter, thank you very much. Honestly, this is a thing. People would put ferrets down their trousers. I have no idea why. They have, like, competitions. Oop North. Oh! Sugar.
He's just...
I gave you some tissues there and there.
Quick. Don't panic.
Nothing's happened.
No, nothing's happened. But now, which bits of the electrical machinery am I allowed to get water on, and which bits of the electrical machinery am I not allowed to get water on? Any?
I wouldn't.
Shall I get some more?
Yeah, probably a good idea, Danny, actually. Because
we're going to have to start bailing him out.
No. Listen, I've got it right on me.
I know.
John Thomas. It don't matter. It don't matter because we're leaving these studios in a couple of months. So, bum.
I've never seen the inside of a barroom or listened to jukebox all night long. But I see these are the things that bring you pleasure. So I'm gonna make some changes in our home. I've heard it said, if you can't beat them, join them. And if that's the way you wanted me to be, I'll change if it takes that to make you happy. From now on you're gonna see a different me. Because you're good, girl's gonna go bad. I'm gonna be swinging and swinging you to the head. If you like, come on, bring it up, put it up, and you ought to be glad. Cause you're good, girl's gonna go bad. I've even learned to like the taste of whiskey. In fact, you'll hardly recognize your wife. I'll buy some brand new clothes and dress up fancy for my journey to the wilder side of life. Oh yeah, good girl's gonna go bad. I'm gonna be the swinging you've ever had. If you like, come on, bring it up, put it up, and you ought to be glad. Cause you're good girl's gonna go bad.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Just looking at the speed sensors at the moment on the A507 heading up towards the roundabout at Clophill, the junction for Deadman's Hill and the A6. Traffic is looking quite busy on all approaches to that roundabout, but nothing really too major going on elsewhere around the three counties. Traffic generally seems to be pretty quiet, maybe quite slippy out there, icy conditions because of the cold weather. And on the trains, Chiltern Railway currently suspended Aylesbury to Marylebone due to the signal problem at Aylesbury. London Underground are accepting tickets though for reasonable routes. David Rees, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Across beds, hearts and bugs.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's 7:30. I'm Simon Oxley. An NHS worker who's been diagnosed with Ebola after returning to Glasgow from Sierra Leone is being moved to specialist facilities in London. It's been revealed in the last few minutes that a patient's being tested for Ebola at a hospital in Cornwall. Investigators looking for the missing Air Asia flight say they've seen debris in the Java Sea. Indonesian state TV has been screening footage which appears to show large white objects floating in the water. A woman has been airlifted to hospital with multiple injuries after falling from a horse in Letchworth yesterday afternoon. And the Chief Executive of Network Rail, Mark Khan, has ordered 2 reviews in response to the severe disruption to train services at the weekend when Christmas engineering work overran.
Three Counties Sports.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Liverpool beat Swansea 4-1 in last night's Premier League match at Anfield. Adam Lallana scored twice for Brendan Rodgers' improving side.
For pretty much a big part of the game, we dominated the game. When I went to 2-0, we had a spell where we gave away a poor goal. We gave away the ball too cheaply, and then goes to 2-1, and that was a frustration. But apart from that spell in the game, I thought that the work rate of the players was outstanding. I thought we were really exciting going forward tonight, and the creativity in the team. And overall, it was a very pleasing performance.
West Brom have parted company with manager Alan Irvine after losing 7 of their last 9 games. Former Spurs boss Tim Sherwood is the favourite to take over. And Newcastle manager Alan Pardew has been given permission to talk to Crystal Palace about the vacancy at Selhurst Park. A compensation deal has been agreed. Steve Nidger checking on the fitness of Lone East striker Ryan Brunt, who limped out of Sunday's win over Cambridge. Borough boss Graham Westley hopes for positive news from the treatment room, but fears the player could be sidelined for several weeks.
I think he's very sore. I don't think a player gets forced off at half-time. When his form is as good as it's been and the team's performance is as good as it was, I don't think you get forced off for no reason. So I'm sure that there's a big reason as to why he's gone off. Hopefully it won't be an 8 or 10 week layoff, but there's every chance it could be.
And in darts, Michael van Gerwen stayed on course for a successful defence of his PDC World Championship with a 4-1 win over Terry Jenkins to reach the quarter-finals. BBC Three Counties News and Sport. The next full bulletin is at 8.
Call 08459 455 555.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
I think we sorted that problem. I think you can get water in these bits. I think you can get sticky water in these bits, but not in these bits. And it didn't reach these bits. It only reached these bits.
And your bits.
Yeah, I'm covered in bloody honey. At least I hope it's honey. No, it will be, because I was drinking honey and lemon to cure my throat. And, oh, look, it's got worse. Brilliant. Fun times, fun times. So we don't like the woman who's got Ebola. We're all scared of Ebola. We don't think... Oh, we'll get Justin in a bit to see if he's found anybody that thinks a black James Bond would be a good idea. No one can think, apart from you.
I'm not against the idea at all.
But why? I don't see what the point of it is.
He's a fictional character.
Exactly. He's a white fictional character.
He's changed. His character has changed.
Yeah.
You know, he's not the George Lazenby type. He's certainly not the Roger Moore type he used to be.
Why don't we get an ugly person to be James Bond?
We have had. I thought Timothy Dalton was
Oh, no. Philip.
Good morning, Ian, and Happy New Year.
Don't. I'm not in the... I've just spilt tea everywhere.
Oh, no. I hate that. I hate having tea.
I got it all down my leg, right, Philip.
No.
The thing is, it wasn't really tea. It was hot water, honey and lemon, because I'm trying to preserve the old Vokes, isn't it?
Oh, I've had that for Christmas, yeah.
But, so now I've got a sticky lap.
Oh, dear.
Yeah?
Never mind.
I've not known Ian for that long, but I've seen him get spilt on a number of times, and there's nothing puts him in a mood like a sticky lap.
It really annoys me, Philip.
Oh, no, me too.
But I'm properly angry now. I could punch a wall.
Oh, no, you don't punch me. You're all right.
No, if you were here, Philip, do you know what? You'd get a right good seeing to.
Oh, right.
I mean, I'll give you a wallop. Hey, bed knobs and broomsticks. That's rubbish, isn't it?
Broomsticks, yeah, but I do a lot of sweeping when the snow comes down.
No, but knobs. I'm talking about knobs, bed knobs and broomsticks.
Oh, yeah, Angela Lansbury.
Even when she was young, she looked really old, didn't she?
Yeah, I mean, do you know the greatest film she ever made, Ian, was The Manchurian Candidate?
Oh.
She was amazing in that.
Oh.
Yeah, Lawrence Harvey's mum, she scared the life out of me.
Is she in one of our dinosaurs is missing?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. Helen Hayes.
Oh.
Helen Hayes.
Oh.
And I'm sure that Angela isn't in it. I could be wrong.
Oh, look at you calling her Angela.
That's another rubbish one, though, isn't it? One of our dinosaurs is missing.
Yeah, and so is Pete's Dragon.
That was Jim Dale.
It was Jim Dale and Pete's Dragon?
Do you know what Jim Dale's doing today? He does the audio books for Harry Potter in America.
He's doing that today?
He still does that, yes.
What, today? How did you get access to Jim Dale's diary, mate? That's a bit creepy.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I've got a great story about Jim Dale, but it's too long to tell.
OK, well, there's never stopped you in the past, but...
No, but I know you wanted to talk about ferrets.
Yeah, I didn't particularly, but it seems to be that's the case.
Well, I found online here there was a programme, I don't know when it was broadcast, Channel 4, called The Merits of Ferrets.
I like it. What they've done there is they've come up with the title and worked backwards.
Loomis,
yes.
Who had a trauma centre for ferrets down in Bristol.
Oh, blimey.
So it doesn't say on the website when it was broadcast, but it's still available. You can still watch it.
What are they doing to ferrets in Bristol that they're not doing elsewhere? That they would require a centre?
Down the trousers. Maybe they're watching television or read. No, I can't read books.
The people of Bristol are normally so laid back.
Yeah, I did meet one once, a ferret.
A Bristolian? Oh, a ferret.
Yeah, I met a ferret down at Earl's Court.
They don't half stink.
Well, this one was very friendly. It was at the pet show at Earl's Court.
Yeah.
And there was a lady, and all different animals, snakes and that, and this lady said she got a ferret.
Oh, yeah.
I think she said his name was Cyril. And
what?
Yeah. Honestly, there were all kind of pets, dogs, cats, rabbits, you name it. And I went round, because I was doing it for the dog thing, and she said, would you like to meet the ferret? So I said, yes. And she said he's very friendly.
Yeah.
He didn't bite my finger off or anything.
They're vicious things.
Well,
Don't they have diseases? I'm going to say they have diseases.
Well, I don't know about that. They used to have a lot of ferrets in the Archers at one time. One of the characters, Eddie Grundy, he was always, his ferrets were always causing chaos.
Did he ever stick them down his trousers? That's the thing.
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about, though, don't you?
Yeah, the competitions, aren't they?
Yeah, thank you. Competitions to put them down your trousers.
How long can you have a ferret down your trousers before...
Is it length? Or are they judging length in those competitions?
I think the length of time...
Or number of?
Oh, no, I think it's the length. I think you'd only get a couple down there, but I think it's the length of time that you can survive without screaming.
Are you allowed to wear pants?
I would think so.
Well,
you've got to have some protection.
You'd have to have Y fronts on, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard stories. I think squirrels as well is very popular.
What?
No.
Yeah, squirrels.
Oh, they really are vicious.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Have you ever seen a black squirrel?
Well, I don't think this is the time to introduce that topic this morning, is it, Philip? Paul Revere and the Raiders. Oh, I've lost me a bit of paper with everything I've written down on. There we go. It's not really... Have we got the mail? Let me have a look at the mail.
Yeah,
there's some bits and pieces in the mail, surprisingly. Where is it? Yeah. There's a little bit in... Oh, yeah, there's this thing, isn't there? David Cameron. All these pictures of David Cameron. So macho, he's gotta be so macho. Keep on running, Dave. The election marathon still got 5 months to go. And it's pictures of him being a man, basically.
Well, he's been a lycra-clad man and slightly out of breath.
He's running. He's crawling under a small bridge and giving the thumbs up. He's wobbling. And he's drinking a pint of beer at the end of it. So that's a bit of a picture we want to see. He's doing what I like to call a farage. And that's having a pint of beer. Because that's what men do.
But he wouldn't do the running bit, would he, Farage?
No, so he's one better. Although, if he'd have run with a fag on, I would have been more interested. With an election ahead and the weight of expectation upon him, they're implying he's fat, David Cameron...
No, they're not.
Of course they are, with the weight, with the weight,
I think he looks very lithe. Let me have a look.
You got one in there, I think.
I can read along in here.
It needs all the support he can get. And so did his knees yesterday.
Oh.
Panting, the Prime Minister wore support bandages on both legs. And observers noted... Oh, here we go! And observers noted perhaps a little extra padding of the natural variety elsewhere on his body too.
I think that's very unfair. He's 48.
stone.
No, 48. I think he's
Mr. Cameron, 48 stone, tackled the annual fundraising competition known as the Great Brook Run, close to his constituency home in Witney, Oxfordshire. By pure coincidence, there happened to be a professional photographer there along the route to take loads of pictures.
He was doing it slightly faster.
Yeah.
And with a camera.
It's like that thing, isn't it, when you get all these explorers on TV and they go, well, I'm the first person here to stand at the top of the North Pole. Well, no, you're not. The cameraman is, because he's filmed you walking there, mate. He stood there and filmed you walking towards him, so he wins. So let's make a documentary about him. But then there's another cameraman who's filming him, so let's make one about him ad infinitum.
And there's the kid who went there, scouted the location in the first place.
Hey, fair play. He finished 64th out of 141, which is probably what he's going to do in the election. It's a bit of satire there, guys. Bit of satire? No? OK. 14 minutes, 12 seconds. Organiser Adam Engberg said last night from the Tight Inn in Chadlington. Is that a joke? Mr. Cameron was congratulated by his foxy wife Samantha.
Who said that? Did you say foxy?
No, Mr. Cameron was congratulated by his wife Samantha.
Oh. I thought I heard foxy.
No, mate, no. Mr. Cameron was congratulated by his sexy wife Samantha, who stayed warm and dry.
Did you say?
No, in a grey winter coat and a scarf while thinking of Iain.
Oh.
The race, which raises money... anyway, it goes on. It's a bit boring.
For the local primary school. It costs £5 to enter. It was first run in 2006. Every runner gets a medal.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't like physical fitness.
I don't like other people who can do it.
No,
because I can't.
No.
Sometimes I run around the block. If I'm late for the school pickup, I might run with a pushchair. And my little one will scream, faster, faster. Oh. By the time she's done the second faster, I'm out of puff.
My boy, the one who was sick, wanted to be carried everywhere. So I said, you know what, son? Ain't happening. It's not happening anymore. You're nearly 5. Get over it. You start carrying me, boy. You start carrying me.
I tried that one. They never...
Fair play. He had a go. He couldn't lift me. I said, well, let's leave it then, shall we? Let's leave it like this. I can't be doing all that carrying and all of that stuff. It's just too heavy. It's just too heavy to do that. I'm not a fan.
It being...
my eldest son. Women are happiest at 38. Were you happiest at 38?
I have no idea. I'm just hoping that by the time I'm your age, I might still be able to get around as almost as fast as you.
You'd think the carefree days of childhood would rank as most people's happiest. But in fact, men are happiest at 40, while women are most content at 38 when they are fit and healthy and have good friends. So what that's saying is you have bad friends the older you get. I suppose they die, don't they? Happy New Year. A survey revealed...
Or is it you've weeded out the ones that aren't friends, really? Your frenemies. By the time you're 38.
Yeah, I like that. Frenemies. Romance, and weak ankles. A survey revealed that the best moments in life are the birth of a first child, your wedding day, and the birth of grandchildren. Blimey. The findings show that there's always insurance companies that do these. What? Why? And I never read the name out. I'm not going to give Beagle Street Insurance any promotion.
Because they want you to recognise the fact that the rest of life is so uncertain and probably going to give you a kick in the cojones at some point.
The most common regrets were choosing the wrong career, tell me about it, and not pursuing lifelong dreams, tell me about it. Well, I hope I live old enough to have lots of regrets. No, hang on. I hope I die young, so I don't have any regrets.
Well, you're a bit late for...
Oh, God.
That.
7:45. It's Tuesday the 30th of December. I'm Iain Lee. These are your headlines on BBC Three Counties Radio. The first person to be diagnosed with Ebola while in the UK is being flown from Glasgow to London for specialist medical attention. Investigators looking for the missing Air Asia flight say they've seen debris in the Java Sea. And a woman has been airlifted to hospital with multiple injuries after falling from a horse in Letchworth yesterday afternoon. We'll speak to Justin in a bit. Before that, though, let's get the weather. Here's Georgina.
Beds, Herts and Bucks weather.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Good morning. It's a cold, frosty start to the day, slippy conditions as well, but we've got lots of lovely winter sunshine to look forward to, and temperatures reaching about 5 degrees Celsius. Now, it's clear to start off the night, but becomes cloudier later on. It's actually becoming a little milder as we start to lose that ridge of high pressure, with lows of -2 degrees tonight, and then a bright start for tomorrow. In fact, we are getting the best of the sunshine for the UK, but come the afternoon, it does start to cloud starts to build. Chesterfield. It's looking like it should stay dry for the evening, though, so if you're out and about celebrating the New Year, it shouldn't be too bad. During the day, though, we're looking at highs of about 6 degrees Celsius. New Year's Day, well, we start the year off on a bit of a grey, cloudy note. 1 or 2 spots of drizzle around, but not necessarily for everyone. And then we return to brighter, cooler weather for Friday before going back to the cloudy, milder stuff the day after on Saturday. That's your latest forecast.
This weekend, the magic of the FA Cup returns to BBC Three Counties Radio.
We'll start with the second round tie between MK Dons and Chesterfield.
After the FA forced the game to be replayed.
And Baker gets his goal and history has been made at Stadium MK.
Then on Saturday, Luton head to local rivals Cambridge in the third round.
It's a great FA Cup goal. It's a great goal for Luton Town.
And on Sunday, Watford faced the daunting trip to Stamford Bridge.
It didn't look like he'd be able to score from there, but he picked his spot to perfection.
Three Counties Sport FA Cup weekend
starts Friday night from 7 here on BBC Three Counties Radio.
Someone I follow on Twitter has just retweeted a thing from The Express, right? 1 in 5 would chop off a finger to achieve the perfect body shape. Are we obsessed with diets? Well, if you've chopped off a finger, you've got an imperfect body shape. That's nuts. That's nuts, isn't it, Just?
Oh, do you know what, boss? I don't care about that. That tune, you have just done something to me. And also, somebody has just driven past me. I've been dancing on the streets. They were in a grey Vauxhall, and they just gave me the nod.
Hey.
Yes.
Well, listen, because that was Edwin Starr.
Oh, legend.
And I think Edwin Starr used to live in Milton Keynes, or at the very least in this area.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, the fact that you don't know means he probably didn't.
Well, you see, I started presenting my music show after Edwin died, so I think he died it was about 10 years ago, actually.
Probably was, yeah.
I know that he moved to the UK because that's where he had his success. I saw him perform in Hemel Hempstead a few years before he died.
Yeah.
So there's every possibility he could have lived locally.
The thing is, I know a man who knows.
Oh, who?
It's James Whale.
Oh,
James Whale used to be friends. Listen, James Whale used to be friends with Edwin Starr.
Has he actually got any friends?
Well,
has he? James Whale's got friends. That's breaking news.
Well, he had Edwin Starr, and Edwin's sadly no longer with us.
He likes Luke Goss.
Apparently so. I've just sent an email to James Whale. I'm tempted to phone his radio show up and find out, because he would. This is going to bug me, and I'm sure, or maybe you know, dear listener, 08459 455 555. Did Edwin Starr used to live in Milton Keynes or anywhere in Beds, Herts and Bucks? I'm pretty sure of it.
We can make phone-to-phone
contacts. I'm just scared of speaking to him. Maybe. Why don't you phone him up, Just?
You must be joking. No chance.
Sorry?
Me and Whale have got beef, you know that.
I do know that.
Yeah, big time.
I do know that. Say hello to James.
Morning, James.
He's not there. I could never be that cruel, Justin. I could never be that cruel. Is James Whale on? He does. There are other BBC local radio stations. Is he on today, Danny? Do we know? Is he?
Doesn't he do Essex?
Yeah, but he'll be sunning it up in France, won't he?
No, he's got no money. That's why he's doing Essex. That's why I'm doing this.
It's called The Only Way Is Whale, based on The Only Way Is Essex, because he broadcasts in Essex.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'm looking.
And she's having a look, because we might get the Whale on.
On now,
Yeah.
Ian Wyatt.
Oh.
Hang on. Is he normally on at this time?
Yes, mate. He does breakfast. He does the main gig.
He's not there.
Oh.
He didn't get our show, so he went down to Essex.
Whee! Our show was not for grabs. Once I'd taken it, this baby is mine. Till September. Now, right, what? No. So, Justin.
Yes.
Black James Bond.
Yes.
I say no, it's not right.
Just remind us why you think it's not right.
Well, Idris Elba is being touted as the Black James Bond. Is that right, Catherine? Have I got that right?
Well, no. Kanye West is suggesting his mate Idris Elba might be a good James Bond. He should be the first Black James Bond.
Okay. Now, the reason he can't be, and I'm not against, anything. The reason he can't be a Black James Bond is because James Bond is white. It's that simple. Go and listen. If you want to have a black spy, then I know what. Why don't we? Let's sit down together. We'll write a black spy film. But James Bond. No.
Do you know what I really liked about Luther, and you have not seen it, so you wouldn't know? He was just a copper. There was no kind of allusions to the fact that he was black, really. He didn't have all those sort of stereotype stuff. No, but normally there is.
Well, it's like Spender. There was no allusions to the fact that he was, he had a mullet. It was just Jimmy Now.
Yeah.
It was just Jimmy Now doing detectoring work in a fancy car.
But normally.
Yeah, exactly.
Normally.
They didn't make any reference to his colour.
Exactly. But normally if there's a black man in a lead role, there is some sort of reference to it. There wasn't. He was just a copper.
I didn't even.
With a flawed personality, slightly dangerous.
I didn't even spot the colour of Spender. Didn't even spot his colour. Was he white or black? I don't know.
I don't remember Spender.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I was in Spender, the show. Was he white or was he black? Justin, you might know Spender. Do you remember?
I don't know.
Anyway,
didn't see it.
Anyway,
Justin.
Is Idris Elba's a good actor? Why not?
He's a great actor. You can't have a black James Bond.
Why not?
I would have
look forward to reading this in a local newspaper, taken out of context. Anyway, yes, Justin, you've taken this to the streets.
You asked me to take it to the streets, and you asked me to take it to the streets in a sensitive manner.
Unfortunately, you're unable to do that, so this is what you've got.
We have got views coming up here from right the way across the world, and Bedfordshire as well. The question we took to the streets was, do you want a black Bond? There's some very funny quotes coming up here. Here's what people had to say.
Black James Bond? No.
You're black yourself and you're saying no. Why are you saying no?
But James Bond is not black.
If you could spend a night with one Bond girl, who would it be? Talk to me, boss.
It's a big question for me.
It's a big question.
Yeah, because I know James Bond like a lot of women, It's, I don't know.
Too tough, isn't it?
Yeah, very serious.
Well, to be fair, I think any of them will be a decent night out for you. We'll leave it there. Thanks for your time. Take care.
Right, thank you too. Bye-bye.
James Bond's white. He's always been white.
Don't make me racist.
I'm not for 1 minute saying you're racist. I'm just saying that it's 2014, coming into 2015. Is it time for a change that we now go for a black James Bond?
No. James Bond's always been white. He should stay white.
So if there was a black James Bond, would you refuse to go and watch the movie?
Wouldn't suit it, black James Bond. I wouldn't watch it. No way.
For experimental purposes, yeah, I would like to see it. But for James Bond, for what it is, nah. James Bond is white, James Bond is who he is, and that's where he remains.
Could do, yeah, if it was Idris Elba.
You would take that, yeah?
Absolutely, Idris Elba.
Where are you from, by the way?
New Zealand.
Okay, what's so good about Elba?
He's a bit gorgeous, really. He's got everything, yeah.
So if he was the next James Bond, you'd have no problem with that at all? You'd still go and watch the film? You'd enjoy that?
I would, yes.
Yes. Madam, where are you from?
Moldova.
Moldova. Let's get the Moldovan perspective on this. Would you like to see a black James Bond?
I don't mind because I don't make a big difference between black and whites. I'm sure somewhere in this world there are black spy.
I think there could be black spies out there.
Yeah, spies. So I don't think so. It's something huge difference between black and white agents.
That's a great Moldovan perspective. Thanks for your time, madam. Cheers.
Thank you.
Wouldn't it be Moldovan?
I don't know.
I'm looking to Catherine as the voice of reason here.
I don't know.
Why are we asking the fella about Bond girls?
Just because he looked like a bit of a cheeky chap, and I thought that he might like some of the Bond girls, that was all.
Pussy galore.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Brett Eklund.
No, Barbara Bach, Mrs. Ringo Starr.
Eklund. Come on.
What about Plenty O'Toole? I once had a picture taken where you had to superimpose your head in Plenty O'Toole's face, and I showed my dad. It was me, Sean Connery.
Yeah, Plenty
quite
O'Toole.
a lot of, and my dad said, "Have you done something different with your hair?"
Justin, we got Dave Davis of the Kinks coming up in just over half an hour.
Oh, do you know what I'm so excited about? I can't believe you got that.
Yeah.
Fair play to you.
Thank you very much, boss. We'll speak to you in the next hour at some point.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
A lot of problems on the trains this morning. The Jubilee line, if you're heading into London, severely delayed Stanmore to Finchley Road due to the signal failure at Neasden. London Midland, there's a 20-minute delay at Tring to Euston due to the broken down freight train at Bushey. This is also affecting Southern services at 20 minutes delays between Clapham Junction and Milton Keynes Central. And Virgin Train Services also seeing a 20-minute delay due to this broken down freight train. David Rees, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Thank you, David. Yeah, that's right, Dave Davis from the Kinks, the man who invented this. He's going to be on the show. I'm so excited. We'll play a couple of slightly more obscure Dave Davis and Kinks songs as well. All of that, and maybe your phone calls after the news with Simon Oxley.
Local and vocal across beds, hearts and bucks.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's 8 o'clock. The headlines: Ebola patient heading for London hospital, children killed in caravan fire, and woman injured after fall from horse.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
The first person to be diagnosed with Ebola while in the UK is being taken to London for specialist medical attention. The woman, who's an NHS health worker, had been volunteering for a charity in Sierra Leone. She arrived back in Britain at the weekend, landing at Heathrow before flying on to Glasgow. Public health officials are trying to trace fellow passengers on both flights, but have stressed there's no cause for alarm. Professor Tom Solomon is the director of the Institute of Infection and Global Health at Liverpool University.
This nurse who became unwell reported straight away to the hospital in Glasgow, and it would seem that people there knew how to protect themselves to make sure that nobody else was exposed, and she's now in the process of being transferred to the Royal Free. But from what we've seen so far, I think everything has gone according to the plan. But then there has been a lot of training exactly for an eventuality like this, because we've been predicting since the summer that sooner or later we would see a case in the UK.
2 children and an adult have died in a caravan fire in Surrey. The fire broke out in the hamlet of Newchapel near Crawley overnight. The police and fire service are investigating. A woman has been airlifted to hospital with multiple injuries after falling from a horse in Letchworth yesterday afternoon. The incident happened at 1:30. The woman in her 40s is in a stable condition at Addenbrooke's Hospital. Investigators looking for the missing Boeing AirAsia flight say they've seen debris in the Java Sea. Indonesian state television has been screening footage which appears to show large white objects floating in the water. The Chief Executive of Network Rail, Mark Khan, has ordered 2 reviews in response to the severe disruption to train services at the weekend when Christmas engineering work overran. Mr Khan has apologised unreservedly to passengers but has declined to say whether he'll accept an annual bonus. People who fought to keep village church bells chiming overnight say they've raised £3,000 for a device to make them ring more gently. Ashwell in Hertfordshire has been split between people who say St Mary's quarter-hour chimes keep them awake and others who like them. The chimes have been silenced between 11 at night and 7 in the morning, but campaigner Maria Brown says the new system will still allow the bells to ring.
It's a hammer device, and the timer at 11 p.m, instead of the chimes being switched off, his hammer device will begin to work, and the hammer will strike the bell much more gently than it used to. It'll be a ding-dong, but it will be at a much lower volume.
4 people were injured after a car went into a ditch on a Buckinghamshire road last night. The emergency services were called to Thornton Road in Nash at 10:30. 3 men and a woman needed treatment. In sport, Liverpool beat Swansea 4-1 in last night's Premier League match at Anfield. West Brom have parted company with manager Alan Irvine, and Newcastle manager Alan Pardew has been given permission to talk to Crystal Palace about the vacancy at Selhurst Park. The weather, another frosty start, then a dry day with sunny spells. Still cold though, despite the sunshine. A maximum temperature just 4 degrees Celsius. And you can get the latest news and sport online at bbc.co.uk/3 counties.
Morning.
Across beds, hearts and bucks.
That's all we need.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
Coming up just after 8:30, Dave Davis from the Kinks. Very excited. We've got a few kind of slightly more obscure Dave Davis and Kinks songs. Well, we're going to play Susanna's Still Alive. We have to play that. That's a song, man.
I'm nodding, I have no idea.
Oh, it's brilliant. That's a song. We can play a couple of slightly more obscure ones as well. He's coming up, which I'm very, very excited about. We may have a turtle on the show soon. One of the Turtles is coming on. The actual pop group, not the Animals. That would be rubbish.
It would be quiet.
We'll get someone from the Animals. We can. We can. This is it. We're going to draw up a list later this week, Catherine and I, of people that we want to interview, just because we want to interview them. Mm-hmm. Not because they're necessarily touting anything, although Dave does have a new album. Congratulations. But just because we like them. I want to hear you interview McCartney.
Why?
Because you'd have that attitude with him. Go on then, Paul. Go on, impress me. You'd be like that.
I wouldn't know. I'd be very meek.
Yeah. Let's go for McCartney. You never know.
He won't come on.
The thing is, you never know. He's full of surprises, McCartney. He does odd little things every now and then.
Well, he's got a family in the area as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, exactly. We can tap his cousin. Beautiful. Right. Okay. Sorted. So McCartney will be on this 2015. That's definite.
You reckon?
That's a definite. We'll see if we can get. I wouldn't mind having Daltrey on. We'll get Daltrey on.
Oh, Daltrey loves you after the compliment you gave.
Well, I told him to his face. I liked the songs you did when he was in the Who. And you can't argue with compliments, can you, Dennis?
No, you can't.
Beautiful, boss. What you got for us?
Before we start, the man I say, I hope you have a very happy and prosperous New Year. That's for everybody in the crew.
Not everybody.
Everybody.
Not everybody.
Everybody.
Not everybody.
No, who you sorting out then?
Well, Kelly's not here.
Doesn't matter.
It does.
She's part of the group.
Well, you don't really know Danny that well.
Danny who?
Exactly. So you can't really wish... Danny, I don't want to be rude, but Dennis has just wished you a really horrible New Year.
No, I haven't.
You did, mate.
No, I didn't.
You did, Den.
Dear God.
I'm sorry about that, Danny.
Well, are you going to move away from this station in the near future?
Fingers crossed, Dennis. We're going to move to Dunstable.
Oh, well, God, that's even worse.
Isn't it just?
Closer to you.
Yeah, totally.
Anyway,
yeah.
The black gentleman who wants to be James Bond.
Yes, that fella.
As far as I'm concerned, black is just a different shade of our brown.
I'm not brown.
We're all brown, for God's sake.
No, I'm nearly blue.
Well, you're blue-brown then. God, that's a horrible colour.
But...
Thanks.
I know what you're saying, Dennis.
Everybody, you go on holiday.
Everybody happy.
And they try lie in the sun and try to get brown, for God's sake.
Yeah.
I have never bothered about black, because when I was a very, very small boy, when I was a baby, I had a black doll, and I never thought any different.
Here we go.
No, honestly, it has never affected me one iota.
Yeah.
I mean, when I shake hands with people, it doesn't come off on your hand, does it?
Well... No, you're right. It doesn't do that. But James Bond is white, Dennis.
Well, all right. So he's now got a nice shade of brown by sitting out in the sun.
What's your favourite... Dave, Dennis, what's your favourite Kink song?
I don't know the Kings.
Sorry?
I'm sorry, I've never been an advocate of songs.
OK, well, in that case, we have to end that conversation.
He's never been an advocate of songs.
That's funny, because I thought he would have been an advocate of songs. OK. Simon, I think, mentioned a woman who'd fallen off a horse in the news. Is that right? Did he say she was in a stable condition? Did he actually say that? Someone's just tweeted me that. Did he say that? I don't know. We'll have to pay attention next time. Shall we have a little bit of... I think this is the right song. Let's see where we get with this. Oh, let's have some of this. This is one of my boys' favourite songs, this.
If I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, well, I'd buy you a house. I would buy you a house. And if I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, buy you furniture for your house. Maybe a nice Chesterfield or an ottoman. And if I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, well, I'd buy you a K car, a nice Reliant automobile. And if I had $1 million, I'd buy your love. If I had $1 million, I'd build a tree fort in our yard. And if I had $1 million, you could help, it wouldn't be that hard. If I had $1 million, maybe we could put like a little tiny fridge in there somewhere.
You know, we could just go up there and hang out.
Like open the fridge and stuff, and there will always be foods laid out for us, little pre-wrapped sausages and things. They have pre-wrapped sausages, but they don't have pre-wrapped bacon.
Well, can you blame them?
Oh, yeah. If I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, well, I'd buy you a fur coat, but not a real fur coat, that's cruel. And if I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, well, I'd buy you an exotic pet. Yep, like a llama or an emu. And if I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, well, I'd buy you John Merrick's remains. Ooh, all them crazy elephant bones. And if I had $1 million, I'd buy your love. If I had $1 million, we wouldn't have to walk to the store. And if I had $1 million, now we'd take a limousine 'cause it costs more. If I had $1 million, we wouldn't have to eat Kraft dinner.
But we would eat Kraft dinner.
Of course we would. We just eat more.
And buy really expensive ketchups with it.
That's right, all the fanciest Dijon ketchup. If I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, well, I'd buy you a green dress, but not a real green dress, that's cruel. And if I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, well, I'd buy you some art, a Picasso or a Garfunkel. If I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, well, I'd buy you a monkey. Haven't you always wanted a monkey? If I had $1 million, I'd buy your love. If I had $1 million, 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 I'd be rich.
Andy's in Hampstead. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning.
What have you got for us, boss?
Well, you can't have a black Bond because Bond is basically Ian Fleming, who was the author.
Oh. Well, would you... Oh, well,
He was his alter ego.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, blimey.
Who Fleming really would like to have been.
Okay, so that's the... Well, I don't know if that's necessarily a strong enough reason why you can't have a black Bond, because maybe he wanted to be black.
No.
Does it say in the book specifically... Does it say in the book specifically that he's a white fella?
No, but his background would imply so.
Yeah, he's got a good point, Catherine.
Well, but we've had different kinds of blokes playing Bond in different kinds of styles. Surely it's deviated enough that we could be a bit more free and easy about it. And does it matter what colour he is? It's the sort of man that Fleming would want to be rather than the colour of man he would want to be, surely.
Yeah, see, I can't be branded as a racist because I was married to a black lady for a very long time.
Really? How long ago was that you were you got married?
1981.
Oh yeah, I'm kind of going. Oh yeah, you probably were called a racist then. You were called a racist.
No, so I couldn't be called a racist.
Oh, okay.
now.
No, I see what you're saying. No, I don't think anyone's suggesting for a second. I think we're all adult enough to have this conversation in a free and easy way. Andy, thank you very much indeed. Did these faders always make this noise before I spilt tea all over them? That one? That one. If you just give it...
Well, we don't use that one very much.
This is your one.
That's bad.
Just trying to get it off. Yeah, that's broken. Yeah, that's broken.
I mean, it works when it's on, but you just can't... Yeah.
And now we got Ollie Martins joins me in the studio.
On vinyl.
Yeah. My one works, so I'm going to have to ask you to leave, I guess. It's awkward.
Can I go home?
No, you can't.
Oh.
Don't matter. We've got an excellent team of bods. All you got to do, unscrew 1, 2, 3, 4 screws, lift that up. I'll do it. Give me a screwdriver.
No, let's not do it now.
Give me a screwdriver and I'll take this panel off.
Well...
And we'll just blow on it. Yeah? Cool it down. Dry it. Yeah? Yasmin, come in, Yasmin.
Are we going to blame it on Yasmin?
Yeah. Totally her fault. What was she doing bringing drinks into this? Yasmin! Hey. How lovely to see you. Hello. Come and sit down. There we go. Your microphone works. You right? Settled? Breathe. Focus.
Hello. Let it all out.
Not all of it, please. Don't come too close. I think I've got the lurgy.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've got things I can spray you with upstairs.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now what, though? Deodorants?
Well, I didn't want to say it, but something for your throat?
We can't share... you can never share another person's spray.
I would give mine to you.
She's good. You see, Catherine, this is the dedication from a woman I've met twice before, I think, today.
Yeah, you've not managed to get on her wick yet.
No, not yet. I'll have a good crack at it. Yasmin, nice to see you. You're in for Jonathan today. What are you doing on the show this morning from 9 o'clock?
Well, we're going to be talking about the Union flag on your driving licence.
Oh.
I don't know if you've ever noticed, but actually you have an EU flag on your driving licence.
Yep.
But new driving licences issued to motorists in Great Britain will carry the Union flag, and the government has announced that the flag will appear alongside the EU flag on licences issued in the UK. And the Transport Minister thinks it's a great idea and it sort of celebrates Britain.
Oh, gosh.
But I don't know how important it's going to be to people.
No.
But maybe to some people it will feel like that's the only kind of card that we carry. We don't really have an ID card, do we? So to have a UK flag on your licence, is that important to you?
The fact that I didn't even know there was an EU flag on my licence would imply that I'm not that bothered. Really, I don't. It's weird. I don't get flags. I think
flags are important when you feel threatened.
Well, this is the thing.
Yes.
I mean, if we've got Transport Minister saying, celebrating Britain strengthens our sense of national identity and our unity, I will feel proud to carry on my new licence, and I hope others will too.
Proud to carry a licence, gosh.
With a UK flag on it. So you kind of think, where next? Are we going to start doing, kids in schools, are we going to start singing the national anthem?
Salute the flag like they do in the States.
Well, they do in the States because it's a new country and they're trying to build unity, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, that worked.
Well, then, maybe we need ours repairing, our sense of unity.
Yasmin, thank you. That's from 9 o'clock. 08459 455 555.
Travel news for beds, cards and...
Oh, we haven't got any travel news. Hang on a second. There we go. That's nice and smoothly done. It's 8:16. It's Tuesday, the 30th of December. I'm Iain Lee. These are your headlines on BBC Three Counties Radio. The first person to be diagnosed with Ebola while in the UK is being taken to London for specialist medical attention. 2 children and an adult have died in a caravan fire in Surrey, and a woman has been airlifted to hospital with multiple injuries after falling from a horse in Letchworth yesterday afternoon.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Hello, this is Clive Anderson, and that was Christmas. And if you received a digital radio for Christmas, welcome to a whole new world of extra BBC radio stations. With a digital radio, you can still get all your favourite radio stations, but now you can also listen to 5 extra national BBC stations, including BBC Radio 4 Extra, with its wonderful classic comedy. And if you didn't get a digital radio for Christmas, well, doesn't hurt to treat yourself now and again, does it?
If you love radio, go digital. To find out more and for coverage in your area, search online for BBC Digital Radio.
Why not? Oh, blimey, I'm going to get in trouble. My one's okay. If we just... Danny?
It sounds quite bad,
Whoa.
and that CD player is very unfortunately placed right now.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
That's not working. Oh, yeah, you're getting a different kind of view, are you?
I thought you were doing something else.
OK, thank you. I would have thought she'd bring it down to lavatory level. I was expecting more of her. Oh, blimey, I'll be in trouble with the boss again. Oh, blimey, what a fun day we're all having. Is there anything... The papers are so lame today. Oh, I know there's a story in the... why don't the papers just say, do you know what, there's nothing going on, so we're not going to put anything out. There's a story in the papers, right, popping the question. This is quite nice. Musician proposes by video with a little help from his celebrity friend. So he's filmed... He's a drummer. He's a session drummer, right? So he filmed lots of big stars. Ed Sheeran, Bob Geldof, Dermot O'Leary and Ronan Keating. So Ed Sheeran, Ronan Keating, Bob Geldof, it sounds like the guest list for a rubbish red carpet event. But these are just a few of the stars who lined up to help one man give his girlfriend the perfect proposal.
They're the best ones, obviously, otherwise they would have named someone else if it was like Elton John or Cher.
OK. In the end, it was worth the incredible effort, as Miss Hancock said yes. Right. Here's the thing, right? I've been together 12 years. I've missed out a paragraph in this deliberately. See if you can spot why this bloke is a plum and why she should have said no.
Dermot O'Leary?
Jim McCauley, who met the celebrities through his job as a session drummer, spent 4 years persuading her favourite stars to take part. 4 years. He's been planning to propose to her for 4 years.
No, he's not. He's been procrastinating for 4 years.
So he wanted the glory and the kudos for making this video. He wasn't bothered about the marriage. He wasn't bothered about what happened there. He couldn't give a stuff.
I would much prefer a heartfelt... Just them to say why they want to get married rather than getting some flipping plums who just happen to be at your place of work to record a video and for it to take 4 years.
It would be like me getting you to record something and Justin and Kelly and stuff. Band-Aid organiser Bob Geldof...
It's a bit showy-offy as well, don't you think, in a rubbish way?
There we go. Boys Own frontman Ronan Keating jokes in the video, Sophie, look, I'm sorry, but you can't have me. But I tell you what, you can have your man, Jim. Go on now. Band-Aid organiser Bob Geldof...
That actually wasn't bad.
I know. Bob Geldof says in a very similar voice, Sophie, we're over. There's no use waiting for me. Go to Jim, marry him, and just forget about us. Go on now, girl. What a plum. It was worth the wait. Of course I said yes.
Oh.
And he met CeeLo Green. He didn't want to do it, but he did anyway. You can't see it on the camera, but just out of the shot is his massive minder who looked like he was going to kill me for asking. I hate stuff like that. You want to get married, go and get married. Don't drag it out.
Just say something from the heart. You don't need to do great big extravagant gestures. Know why you're getting married and know why you want to be married to someone. Actually, it's that rather, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's know why you want to be married to someone, not know why you want to get married.
No, exactly. Where are you going for your holidays this year?
Dunno. Can't be bothered.
Here you go. Here's a suggestion. Kabul.
Nah, I don't fancy that.
Why?
Too hot.
Afghanistan is enjoying an unlikely resurgence as a tourist destination. Despite Foreign Office advising against all but essential travel to the war-torn country, adventure trips, 2 words that just should not be joined together.
Don't do adventures. That doesn't imply hotels, does it?
It implies guns.
And tents. 2 things I don't like.
Adventure trips to the region are becoming increasingly popular. Wild Frontiers, a specialist tour operator, has seen bookings to Afghanistan, Pakistan and Iraqi Kurdistan double in the past year. And Hinterland Travel said 2014 was its busiest year yet for bookings to Afghanistan.
Why are you saying it like that?
With the BBC, don't we have to?
No.
That's what they all do. 2-week trips... is this a 2-week trip or 2-week trips?
I'm imagining it would be a trip lasting a fortnight.
Fortnightly trips cost around $5,000, excluding flights. You can stick that up your jacksie.
I don't like...
And that's what they'll do to you if they catch you over there.
I don't really like doing holidays very much. I do quite fancy going on one of them dude ranch trips, though.
What?
Being a cowgirl.
Where the prostitutes are legal?
No.
What?
Going on a dude ranch.
Oh, is that not...
Not the chicken ranch.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of. Right, OK, yeah.
Going in and being a cowgirl for a week, I quite fancy that, as long as I could lie down in a hotel for another 2 weeks.
Ride 'em, cowgirl.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I like cowgirls.
I like horses.
But then that's the perfect marriage of things. The only place
I'd like to rope them. I would.
Yeah.
I would actually like that.
OK.
And I don't mind a checked shirt.
I'm really confused as to what you're talking... Any idea what she's talking about now?
Cowgirls? I think I missed a bit.
That's what I'd do.
The only adventure holiday I'd go... I'd love to go back to Pakistan, but I won't because I don't want to get shot. The only adventure holiday I'd go on... I'd love to go to North Korea. I'd love to go to North Korea.
That'd be an adventure of a different kind.
I would love to go to North Korea and find out what's going on there. And you'd be guided... You can buy trips to North Korea and you're guided around by Kim Jong-un's guards.
Yeah, and then escorted off the property.
Yeah, but when they're asleep, I'd go on my own adventure. I'd go and see real North Korea and speak to the real people in North Korea.
I don't think they're allowed to talk to you.
I think I would make them at gunpoint. They're used to that kind of stuff.
Me of making your life misery, but if that's not abusing me, what isn't? You wanna be my friend when it's too late. My love for you has turned to hate, and I think it's a permanent condition. You say you wanna make the peace, smile and turn the other cheek. I can't put myself in such a weak position. Now I'm willing to accept this fate. You and me just can't cohabitate. We agreed to hate, that's our last decision. Hatred is the only thing that keeps us together. Hatred is the only thing that lasts forever. Driven by hate, driven by hate, driven by hate, driven by hate. On the surface I'm a mob and a person. That's until you scratch the animal inside. Integrate, nations try to gravitate towards equal rights regardless of religion. Politicians might decree for the sake of all humanity love and peace instead of a collision. You and me accept reality, there's no way that we can agree. The world can't make us alter this position. At least you and I know where we stand. We can't be friends, walk hand in hand. My hostility for you defies description. Hatred is the only thing that keeps us together. Hatred, hatred is the only thing that lasts forever. Driven by hate, driven by hate, driven by hate, driven by hate. Hate's the only thing we have in common. There's no escape, we'll always be this way. So we might as well just learn to live together. 'Cause we're gonna be this way till our dying day. Driven by hate, driven by hate, driven by hate, driven by hate. Hatred, hatred is the only thing that lasts forever. Hatred, hatred is the only thing that keeps us together. If you keep on pulling me down, rub my name into the ground, I'll drag the dirt all over town about you. And if you spread the filth on me, I'll only have one remedy. I'll spill the beans on you, I've got the mouth to. 'Cause hatred, 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 hatred is the only thing that lasts forever. Hatred, hatred is the only thing that keeps us together. Hatred, hatred is the only thing that lasts forever. Hatred, hatred is the only thing that keeps us together. Oh, yeah, hatred. Your attitude is downright rude. Your jokes upon me, they're so crude. Why don't you just drop dead and don't recover? I'm the mirror to your mood. You hate me and I hate you. So at least we understand each other.
Drop bags.
Hatred,
Drop bags.
hatred
Drop
is
bags.
the only thing that lasts. What is it? Hatred. Hatred!
Drop bags.
Hatred, hatred is the only thing that lasts forever. Hatred, hatred is the only thing that lasts forever.
Is it about a gap here?
Travel news for beds, cards, and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
In Chawston on the A1, heading north, we're getting reports of people walking around the road at the Black Cat roundabout and the Eton Soken turn, Great North Road. High Wycombe and the A404 at the Handy Cross roundabout, we're getting reports of traffic lights aren't working properly there. On the trains, London Midland currently suspended Tring to Euston due to the broken down freight train at Bushey. Tickets are accepted on Virgin Train services. Southern delayed by about 20 minutes between Clapham Junction and Milton Keynes Central, and Virgin Trains also seeing a 20-minute delay. David Rees, BBC Three Counties Radio.
David, thank you very much. In 2 or 3 minutes' time, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dave Davis of the Kinks.
Across beds, hearts, and bugs.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's 8:30. I'm Simon Oxley. The first person to be diagnosed with Ebola while in the UK is being taken to London for specialist medical attention. The woman, who's an NHS health worker, had been volunteering for a charity in Sierra Leone. 2 children and an adult have died in a caravan fire in Surrey. The fire broke out in the hamlet of Newchapel near Crawley overnight. A woman has been airlifted to hospital with multiple injuries after falling from a horse in Letchworth yesterday afternoon, and investigators looking for the missing AirAsia flight say they've seen debris in the Java Sea.
3 Counties Sports.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Liverpool beat Swansea 4-1 in last night's Premier League match at Anfield. Adam Lallana scored twice. West Brom have parted company with their manager Alan Irvine after losing 7 of their last 9 games. Former Spurs boss Tim Sherwood is the favourite to take over. And Newcastle manager Alan Pardew has been given permission to talk to Crystal Palace about the vacancy at Selhurst Park. A compensation deal has been agreed. Jeff Thomas, a former Palace teammate of Pardew, says he's the right man for the job.
Somebody like Alan coming in who's got history obviously with the club, I would imagine a majority of Palace fans are welcoming coming to the club. I think that will give him a good start, and January's a massive month in football. You know, he's a manager, obviously he's got the experience in working in a deadline scenario as well, so I just think it's a great choice.
Watford will be without Algerian midfielder Adelaine Goudiara for Sunday's FA Cup trip to Chelsea after the end of his loan spell from Crystal Palace. Hornets manager Slavisa Jokanovic is aware he'll need to look at other options ahead of their third-round tie at Stamford Bridge.
It's not an easy situation for us. I don't want lost Basanga Gadura. I don't know what's going to happen in front of us, you know, and I must to fix problem with players what I have in the squad or with some players who can arrive working with us.
And Prince Harry was among the crowd as Michael van Gerwen stayed on course for a successful defence of his World Darts title with a 4-1 win over Terry Jenkins to reach the quarter-finals. BBC Three Counties News and Sport. The next full bulletin is at 9.
Across beds, hearts and bucks.
This is Iain Lee.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Oh, man. Sometimes... Catherine, this job is a doddle. We come in, we sit down, we have a go at councillors, we talk to callers, and it's a piece of cake, and we go home high-five him. Then sometimes it's not such a doddle. Look how nervous I am. I'm holding a pen and a newspaper, and there's no reason for me...
And there's a kind of rictus grin going on.
Oh, flipping heck. Should we just get in and do it?
You can, I'll stand back.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Dave Davis of the Kinks. Good morning, Dave.
Ian, how are you, mate?
Mate, I'm annoyed because I said Dave Davis of the Kinks and I didn't mean to. That's not really your last name, of the Kinks.
No, my name is Dave Davis, but I am in a band called the Kinks.
Oh, well, so, are you in a band called the Kinks? That's a question I was going to ask a bit later on.
I thought you might bring it up.
Listen, Dave, it's so nice to talk to you. It's wonderful to have you on the show. I interviewed you years ago, and I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I remember well, yeah.
Bless you, you're very kind. You've got a new record out.
That's right.
Ripping Up Time.
Yep.
And it's... well, I was going to ask, because I'm very kindly being sent a copy, but it's also on Spotify already. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, I've just been doing a tour of New York and America and Chicago and stuff.
Yeah.
And I met all the people at Spotify and...
And how does that work for you? Because obviously you prefer people to go and buy the CD because you get a few quid, I'd imagine.
Yeah, but they... You know, it works... I don't know, it's very... Because it's a high-profile promotional tool as well.
Yeah.
So it kind of swings and roundabouts. You know, you lose a bit and you gain a bit more profile and that generates... sales and it is a bit tricky, but it can work for you.
I'm going to ask a question that you might think is rude, so tell me to jog on if it is.
You might.
Are you? I've got a few. Don't worry. Are you? Is that you playing the guitar on that album?
Yeah, I'm ripping up time.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah.
Because with the greatest respect, sir, you've got to be. You're the wrong side of 50, shall we say?
No, I'm not wrong. I feel all right.
But you've still... Because I kind of expected a gentleman of your age to have toned down the guitar a bit. But if anything...
Yeah, but that's all I know. That's what I do, you know. It's like, you can't ask, a builder to start making cakes. You know, I suppose you can. You can do both.
You can do both.
Yeah, I like cooking, so what am I talking about? You know what I mean? That's what I do.
It's a dirty guitar sound you've got on there, and I was pleasantly surprised to hear that, if anything, you've kind of rocked it up a bit more on this one.
Yeah, you know, it's in me blood and me genes, and it's what I do. You know, I've had these songs in my head and heart, and you got to do what you do.
Yeah, and you've had a couple of albums out in the last few years. You've been really busy, haven't you?
Well, yeah, you know, I'm still standing, so I thought, give it a go. You know?
You say you're still standing, but some people might not know, you were very poorly. What, about 10 years ago, was it?
Yeah, about 10. In 2004, you know, I was already quite ill, and I thought that might be it, you know, but you shouldn't... You know, it's not over till it's over.
Yeah.
I've had some great people supporting me, and got back on the road last year, and I've been touring America.
Well, the news was
hopefully I can do some shows in Europe.
This is what I was going to say, because you had a stroke 10 years ago, and a lot of people kind of wrote you off. But you did a concert in, I think was it the Barbican this year?
Barbican, yeah. Oh, it's wonderful.
How did that go? I missed it. I didn't know anything about it until after it. How did it go?
How dare you, Mr.
I know, rude of me, isn't it? And I've got the cheek to get you on my show.
There was an empty seat in the front row.
Next time, brother, I'm there. How did it go?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Really, I mean... I didn't know what to expect, but the people were great, and they were singing along to Death for a Clown and things like that. And they were all singing so perfectly in tune, which I thought was amazing.
Yeah.
It was great. I loved it.
Is one of the annoying things, though, when the audience start clapping, and they start clapping out of time a bit, don't they? That happens a lot.
Yeah, but... These days, people are so savvy. You know, they sing in tune.
Yeah.
They do harmonies. and they clap in time, which is...
Because there's a lot of love for you, Dave. But a lot of people have a lot of respect for you and a lot of love for you. I've said to you before, you're the guitarist that got me playing the guitar, because you made things like this... You invented...
Ouch.
Yeah. You invented that, you know, kind of a dirty sort of heavy metal sound with that.
Yeah, I was a crazy kid. You know, just didn't know what to do. I fell in love with a girl at school, and we broke up. And I was an angry young kid, and playing or learning guitar. And I bought this funny little amp in the shop just up the road from us in Muswell Hill, and I brought it home, and it sounded crap. And I got angry with it, and I took out a razor blade and sliced the cone of the speaker. And I didn't even expect it to work, but out came
this. So
ouch.
I used to, because I
keep doing that.
I think you get a penny every time I do it.
It's my earlier morning alarm call.
I lived in Muswell Hill for about 15 years. I just moved a few years ago.
Oh,
I lived in Colney. I loved it. I lived in Colney Hatch Lane and then Muswell Avenue, the posh end.
Oh yeah.
But the house on Fortis Green Road where you grew up. Every time I walk past, I got boys who are 4 and 2, and I'd say, it's a really important house. That's where rock and roll was invented.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, it's funny, I went by there last time, because I've been staying in Wiltshire over the holidays.
Yeah.
Because I love it down here with the Avebury Circles and Stonehenge and Salisbury. I'm really fond of this part of the country. And but I went up to Muswell Hill last time I was over. I walked by that funny little house, 6 Denmark Terrace.
Yeah.
And a woman had just acquired it or bought it or rented it or something. And she asked me in to have a look round. It was really quite funny. I was expecting to see that little upright piano. But of course it was all posh now. They got posh bathrooms and... You know, I didn't recognise the place.
Dave, listen, stay there. I just want to play you something. Our reporter, Justin Dealey, has been out on the streets, Dave, and he's got some memories from some of your fans. Have a listen to this.
Diana, Dave is listening to this right now. You have a connection to Dave. Tell us what happened.
I went to the Hammersmith... Oh, gosh, was it the Hammersmith Odeon? And I was listening to the concert and he was sweating all over me and I didn't wash for a week.
So you was in the front row,
yeah, I was in the front row.
Dave's sweat dripped all over you?
All over me, yeah.
My goodness me.
Highlight of my youth.
Great story. And just before you go, as Dave is listening to this, what is your message to Dave Davies from the Kinks?
Thank you for making my youth.
My name's Kathy.
Kathy, you are a massive Kinks fan. What's your memories of listening to the Kinks back in the 1960s? Come on, tell us.
Going to the clubs, dancing. I was only about 16 then, me and my 3 sisters. Brilliant.
So whenever you hear that da-da-da-da-da...
I'm off.
Dave's on the show. He's listening to this right now. What would you like to say to Dave?
Well, Dave, come up and see me sometime.
I shall pass on your message and your number. Thank you very much.
That's all right, darling.
Oh, you can't laugh. You can't be kidding.
I told my mum you were coming up. My mum has got such a huge crush on you, Dave. He's such a good-looking boy. She still calls you a boy.
I know. I wish I was. I'm doing okay. So,
are you enjoying the concerts? Are they? Now you're a bit older and you have been, Paul. Are they harder to do the concerts?
Well, yeah, it's all the travelling and in cars and planes and all that stuff. But getting on stage and playing, that's the joy of it all. It's like, and the people have been so warm and kind and friendly and throwing their drawers up on stage.
Blimey. So
at
listen,
my age, I don't know. What do they expect me to do?
Bend down very, very slowly and hand them back, I think. Right, so the album is called Ripping Up Time. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it from davedavis.com and all the usual places.
Yeah,
it's kind of, it's sort of a musical history, isn't it, really?
Well, in a way, it's kind of... What happened, it was born out of a dream I had, or a nightmare.
Oh, blimey.
And about thinking of the past and... all concerned about what's going to happen in the future and looking around what's happening now. And it was like a dream, like all these different times all in one place. And I woke up virtually screaming, saying, "There's madness here." And that line gave me the idea for the album.
Wow.
Ripping Up Time. But it is reflective, and it's my concerns about what's going on in the world today, and are we still going to be here? Thinking back 50 years ago when You Really Got Me came out, and wondering what there was going to be like in 50 years' time. I won't be here.
Well, they can do amazing things with machines and computers now, Dave. You never know. Plug you in somewhere. Listen, before you came on, you probably didn't hear it. We played one of my favourite Kink songs, Hatred, from Phobia.
Oh, man.
That's a tune, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's you and Ray.
That album. I think Phobia's my favourite.
I like Phobia, and it was criminally overlooked, wasn't it? 1992, 93?
I think the record company never really knew what to do with the Kinks anyway.
No.
They certainly didn't know what to do with Phobia.
Well, you did that weird thing in the 70s when the hits kind of dried up here and you were finally allowed back in the States. You went back to the States and kind of Britain, England, turned its back on you to a certain extent, saying that you'd sold out and gone American.
Yeah, you can never win, you can never win with some people. But we went to America virtually in the 70s, late 60s.
Yeah.
In the 70s and virtually rebuilt our career.
That Hatred song, now it's you and Ray basically saying how much you hate each other. Is that just a song, or is there more to it?
It's a tease. It's teasing people. Do they, don't they? Do they really hate each other? Maybe they do. No, they don't. Do they? It's just a tease to make people think,
It's a good song.
It's nice to make people feel unsure sometimes. I get their attention that way.
Listen, I'm contractually obliged to ask you two questions, Dave, and you know I have to, and I'm sorry. Are you speaking to Ray? Are the Kinks going to get back together for one more hurrah?
Well, it'd be nice if we could do something, but I don't know what yet, and I'm still in conversations with Ray. And we met at Christmas at a Christmas party, and we gave each other a hug, and we had a dance, not together.
The sight of you dancing with Ray would be wonderful. Should I be... Dave, stop fudging. Should I be saving my money for a ticket?
I think you should save your money anyway.
Oh, he's good. He's good. Dave, listen, come and do some gigs in the UK, please, because...
we're working on it.
Brilliant. And any time you want to come on and plug anything or have a chat, you're more than welcome, boss.
Oh, great, man. We'll do that. I love that.
Any time, fella. You're one of my heroes, and it's such an honour to talk to you. Dave,
Iain, great. Thank you.
Have a wonderful New Year. Have a great time in the States, and we'll speak to you soon.
Yeah. Have a great New Year, everyone.
Thank you. Dave Davis, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't get much better than that. Right, I've got to do a bit of news now. We'll plug all of Dave's stuff again and we'll play another song in a minute. I think it would only be fair to. It's 8:46. These are your headlines on BBC Three Counties Radio. The first person to be diagnosed with Ebola while in the UK is being taken to London for specialist medical attention. 2 children and an adult have died in a caravan fire in Surrey, and a woman has been airlifted to hospital with multiple injuries after falling from a horse in Letchworth yesterday afternoon. Let's get the weather. Let's slowly and leisurely wander over to the weather centre and find out if Georgina has some for us.
Beds, Hearts and Bucks weather.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Yes, I have a little weather for you. It's a little cold this morning and quite frosty too. But as we head through the day, we're starting to see that lovely sun come out. Temperatures reaching about 5 degrees Celsius though, so remaining pretty cold. Tonight it's clear to start off with, but becomes cloudier later on, with temperatures down to minus 2 degrees Celsius. It's actually going to become milder. It's as we lose that ridge of high pressure, we lose the colder weather, although it's only gradually starting to improve. So tomorrow morning, a bright start to the day. We'll notice cloud building though, particularly as we head through the afternoon. There's a bit of a south to southwesterly wind picking up as well, but it does look like it's staying dry in the evening for New Year's Eve night. Temperatures reaching 6 degrees Celsius. Now, the 2015 starts off on a bit of a cloudy grey note. There are 1 or 2 spots of drizzle around as well, but that's not going to be the case for everyone. Friday, though, we return to that brighter, cooler weather, and then cloudy, milder again on Saturday. That's your latest forecast.
When you need local news.
4 giant wind turbines won't be built in the Buckinghamshire village of Stoke Hammond.
When you need local travel.
Well, better news there about the southbound M1. All lanes are back open after that earlier multiple car accident.
When you need local weather.
Cloud we have got is breaking at times and is letting a little bit of brightness through, so it's not too gloomy, is it?
BBC Three Counties Radio is here with local, up-to-date news and travel bulletins throughout the day. You'll always be up to date.
Delays there of around 40 to 50 minutes.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
So where you going to? I don't
But thank you, Justin, as well, for that excellent little pack. That was nice. Justin snuck that in, didn't he, without us knowing that's what's going to happen. Thank you, Justin. Excellent stuff. Dave Davis, what a gentleman.
And how did Justin find the two women in Luton? One who's been sweated on by Dave Davis and one who would like to be sweated on by Dave Davis.
Dave Davis. Is my microphone working? Why does it sound...
No, it doesn't sound very good, does it? Oh, blimey.
Oh, blimey, boss. That's still going. Hang on. I think I've broken my microphone.
No, hang on.
No. Hang on. There we go. We're on. Are we on? There we go.
Yes.
Oh, blimey. Don't tell Roberta, he'll murder me. What a nice fella, Dave Davis. DaveDavis.com, of course, if you want to go and buy some goodies, and we'll probably put that interview in the podcast this week as well.
Yeah.
We'll get more people like that on, because he was nice. I think you might have to do the show on your own, Kath. I think I've broken the microphone.
But my microphone's also vinyl.
Hang on. Is that any... Oh, boss, it's you. I can't talk.
Have this one. Come and sit here.
You have that one. Justin, could you bring down a screwdriver to the studio, please? But just because we're going to have some screwdriving bants, we're not actually going to unscrew any of the studio. Your one's not even on at all. Okay, we've broken the desk. I'll tell you what, let's play a record. Oh, I can sort this out, guys.
What are we playing?
We'll have a little bit of...
Hi there, nice to be with you. Happy you could stick around. Like to introduce Legs Larry Smith, drums. And Sam Spoon's rhythm pole. And Vernon Dudley Bohay Noel, bass guitar. And Neil Innes, piano. Come in, Rodney Slater alto saxophone. With Roger Ruskin Spear on tenor sax. Hi, Vivian Stanchel, trumpet. Big hello to Big John Wayne, xylophone. And Robert Morley, guitar. Billy Butlin, spoons. And looking very relaxed, Adolf Hitler on vibes. Nice. Princess Anne on sousaphone. Introducing Liberace clarinet. With Garner Ted Armstrong on vocals. Lord Snooty and his pals tap dancing. In the groove with Harold Wilson violin. And Franklin McCormack on harmonica. Over there, Eric Clapton, ukulele. Hi, Eric. On my left, Sir Kenneth Clark, bass sax. Great honor, sir. And specially flown in for us, a Sessions Gorilla on Vox Humana. Nice to see Incredible Shrinking Man on euphonium. Drop out with Peter Scott on duck call. Hearing from you later, Casanova, on horn. Yeah, digging General de Gaulle on accordion. Really wild, General. Thank you, sir. Roy Rogers on trigger. Tune in Wild Man of Borneo on bongos. Count Basie Orchestra on triangle. Thank you. Great to hear the Rollinsons on trombone. Back from his recent operation, Dan Drupp, hot. And representing the Flower People, Quasimodo on bells. Wonderful to hear Brainiac on banjo. We welcome Baldunicum as himself. Very appealing, Max Jaffa. That's nice, Max. What a team, Zebra Kid and Horace Batchelor on percussion. And a great favorite and a wonderful performer, all of us here, J. Arthur Rank on gong.
Travel news for beds, cards and bucks.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
The A404 in High Wycombe. The traffic lights at the M40 junction 4 at the roundabout don't appear to be working this morning. The A41 North Western Avenue in North Watford. It's currently quite busy at Dome roundabout at St Albans Road. In Chawston, the A1 heading north, it's looking a lot better now at the Black Cat roundabout. The people that were on the road have now been cleared away, so no problems to report up towards the Great North Road. On the trains, London Midland still suspended Tring to Euston due to the broken down freight train at Bushey. Tickets are accepted on Virgin Trains, but there is a 20-minute delay as a result of that. Southern services are also affected. There's a 20-minute delay, Milton Keynes Central to Clapham Junction. David Rees, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Local and vocal across beds, hearts and bucks.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's 9 o'clock. I'm Simon Oxley. The headlines: Ebola patient being treated at London hospital, 2 children killed in caravan fire, and woman injured after fall from horse.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
An NHS worker who